The TR Morning Crew.
It is a wonderful 5-star boutique hotel known as the Royce. It's there on St Kilda Road in Melbourne. You've got a beautiful night away for 2 with your name on it. Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Any particular reason you might need to go to Melbourne in the near future?
Yeah, hopefully my boyfriend's going to propose to me.
Yeah, great call.
Right, okay.
What's his name?
His name's Chris.
Pressure is on for Chris now.
Pull your finger out, mate.
Weekday mornings when you wake up on TRFM.
Go, Harvey Norman, go.
Harvey Norman Bedding Gippsland massive floor stock clearance is on now. That's right, score massive discounts on all the leading brands. Sealy, Sleepmaker, Tempur and more. Up to a massive 65% off selected floor stock. Plus, selected bedroom furniture heavily reduced for a short time only and only on what's in stock. Don't miss out. Race into Harvey Norman Bedding Gippsland for the massive floor stock clearance today.
Here's a deal worth dipping into. For just $9.95, share 24 Chicken McNuggets with your mate. Take the plunge with 24 Chicken McNuggets. Just $9.95 every day. A little goes a long way at Macca's. Available 10:30am to midnight. Excludes McDelivery.
400 grams of thick, juicy, sizzling T-bone.
Yes, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to round 15 of the TRFM Gippsland League. Great to have your company on this Saturday afternoon. Saturday football at its best. An absolute perler in the waiting here. It is Moe travelling up here to the Nest to take on the Sale Magpies this afternoon. And the winner, well, they just might have a chance at finishing on top of the ladder. I think the winner guarantees a top 3 finish after today's game. Will it be the Magpies or will it be the Lions, who are just starting to build? A couple of big inclusions. They've got a couple of young guns in as well. And for Sale, well, they get in one of the stars of many years have gone by. He's been an NBL player here in our country. His name is Reece Carter, and he'll be exciting to watch on this Saturday afternoon. Great to have your company. My name's Darryl Cooling. Joining me is my co-caller this afternoon, Rob Popplestone. Good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Scudman. Afternoon, Nick and Paul and footy fans around Gippsland.
Boxer, great to have you back, mate, after a hiatus from about 4 o'clock last Saturday afternoon. You left us, you're back, you're giving cuddles, kissing the babies. Great to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, it's great to be back, Scud, and thank you and welcome to the listeners too, and Paul and Poppy.
Number one stats man in the business is to my right. His name's Paul Carter.
Good afternoon, gents and listeners. It'd be interesting to see. Moe haven't won here since 2002. It's been something that's been a bit of a monkey on their back. Third longest ground hoodoo in the league history at the moment, and there's a chance that a couple of them could fall this afternoon.
Well, let's get some quick tips as the Moe side make their way into their position. We'll start with you, Boxer.
Moe by 17 points.
Moe 17. Poppy?
Moe by 18.
And Paul?
Moe 15.
Well,
really?
I'm going to go Sale.
By 1 point.
And I'm going to go Sale by 22 points.
Wow.
And at home, I think they might be able to get the job done. Okay. Boxer, work out some of our key matchups. We look to see Spencer White's gone forward, of course, Tristan Gum and Tommy Long. Ash Dugan is out of the side this afternoon. Prestige is the other one with Farrell that's gone forward. In the midfield, who we got? A couple of your key matchups, Boxer.
Oh, there, Benny Morrow. Look, I've been really impressed with Benny Morrow. He's taken the ruck work. There was obviously talk about who would stay in when the big tall timbers come back, and he's done a great job there. But Blazer, Jacob Wood, two just incredible players, and Blazer was one of those ones last week where he had 34 touches.
Out in the middle, and the two ruckmen will be Lippman up against Morrow. Lippman got up early, Morrow got a hand down. Kane Martin's in there, so's Geordie Descent. He wins the footy. He gets onto that right foot and gets it out to the wing area, and going back with the flight, nicely done. And taking the mark on the far side. Looks to be out there, was it Leslie? He drives it in towards the direction of the ruckman, Lippman, who pushed himself forward after that ruck contest. Missed everything, and it went out of bounds on the full.
Early signs by Lippman. He's going to run Morrow and run him hard. You picked it up beautifully there, Scud. Lippman, after contesting the ruck, run 70 metres to be an option. The kick was poor, so the free kick goes to Morrow. Added defensive 50, finds a teammate, finds him well too. I reckon it could be... at a guess, Jaden Van Dyke, but I'm guessing at that one is defensive 50. In fact, it could be Fleming, in fact, from outside, left half, back flank, kicks towards the outer side. Farrell was the target, got front position, couldn't take the cherry, bustles around a few players. Sale try to zip it out to each other. They're all beaten to the ball by the boundary line, and there'll be a boundary throw-in out of side of the ground here at the Nest, Sale home ground. Early minutes, no score.
Mouth-watering matchup already. Spencer White and Reece Carter matchup today as well. Well, ball will come back in. The two ruckmen will do the duties. It went in the favour of Lippman, who thumped it 15 metres in his direction. Stanlake's back into the side for the Lions. He attacked the football, then overran it. Ground level was Jaden Allison. A quick handle out the back. It was Desson who gave it to Martin. Now back to Desson. He kicks into the middle of the ground. Run from half-back. Comes from, is that Simpson? Over the top was from Douse. Little chip kick. Top of the 50 it goes, and nice. Freeman will mark outside 50. He swings around, no one in the goal square, so he unloads, puts it on its way. They run back with a flight. Last line of defence, Stanlake spoiled it, and the first time this afternoon at the 2-minute mark is a minor score.
And that's on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, just on the 2-minute mark right now, 1 point to Sale.
Good spread there, half-back line by Moe, opened up the game. They can do that well on their home ground as Moe come out of defence, and they do it through Breganolo, and he goes short and finds his teammate in Jenkinson. So Jenkinson just outside defensive 50, outer side of the ground, and in these blustery conditions would become accustomed to the ball being on the outer side of the ground. A free kick in the ruck. It goes the way of Farrell. That's fortuitous, but you take them in a game that there shouldn't be too much in. So Farrell, outer side wing, looks in towards the corridor. Edges closer. Can he find a teammate? He can. A nice leg too. Fleming gets another touch. Plays on quickly. 1-on-1. White against Carter. Carter gets a hand to it. Then edges White out and opens up the door for his teammate to run it out with numbers.
Martin got a kick out towards Ullman at his defensive 50. So Jack Ullman now gets it towards the wing. Grandstand side at the nested Sale. Over the top of Gooch's head. Well read by Van Dyke. That was Scott. Chiseling kick found Hayden Prestige. Hard up along the boundary line, right in front of Lachlan Simone's Moe coaching staff. Prestige drives it into towards the pocket. White's the target. Big spoil from the ruckman in Lippman. Ground level, Martin wins it. Underground handball, nicely done. The old 1-2. Here's Carter. Right foot kick out, and it's going to be a neat one to Allman, who can mark. And he started very nicely for Gippsland Isuzu Ute, right on his half-back flank.
Well, I'm not sure what the penalty is if you come onto the ground and you don't go through the interchange bench, but that's exactly what Rock did. He was 4 or 5 metres away from the bench when he ran on from the gate before he ran onto the ground. So
just excited.
Interesting observation, very excited.
First game of footy.
Left hand handball by Blazer. Searches for one of two players, and they were Stanlake and also Breganolo. It couldn't find anything but the boundary throw in.
And congratulations to Lachlan Rock playing his first senior game of football. So just a little bit excited there to get his first taste of it. Absolutely. Lippman tapped it straight down. Martin was there, tried to thump it forward again. Ground level there was McLennan. He goes to ground, drags the football in.
Thought he was taken high then.
I like the way Sale are playing the game as well. They're prepared to bring the ball out wide here. Really spread hard and use this side of the ground. A couple of power players back into both these sides. Luke Williams, one of them for Sale, and the other one is Maslin for Moe.
Good work around the ground too. Morrow got front position there. He lacks a bit of height up against Lippman in the centre bounces. He will struggle. See here around the contest, so he got front position, but Lippman leant over the top nicely. Got a tap down. Blazer, quick kick, smothered off the boot. Still got 10 metres. First player there is Rock in his first game. Overran it. Lippman gets a quick tumbling kick forward. Runs past the reaching hands of Stanlake, who gets another chance now. He's in a spot of bother, and I tell you what, he's been cornered, and he gives up the ball. So Sale now, I tell you what, it fell out of the hands of a Sale forward,
good
dispossessed, and all of a sudden a hit by Moe puts a player down, and it bounces out of the defence of Moe and falls in the hands of Gum, who's playing up the ground.
Yeah, and then Rock had to go for it as well and got cleaned up by Carter. So there's shots fired everywhere. Back in the goal square there for Sale. Jack McClendon copped a heavy knock from Ben Morrow.
He's limping.
Yep, 5.5 minutes. It's a 1-point margin, and that is to Sale. Tap straight down Lippman. Descent was there over the top to Williams. Got a handball now further afield to Mitchie Dowse. Runs on. Left foot kick. Here comes Brad Descent. Up he goes. It goes over the back. Nicely read though. Mitch Stanlake was back there for the Lions. Gets the handball, the draw to Matty Pearce. He lowers the eyes and can find a target. This time it's Rock. Landed at his toes, and it just dribbles away from him and goes over for a boundary throw, and it needed to hit the target there.
Two separate little match-up there. Darnell Gregg's prepared to give away the front spot to the Descent. We're on the other side, Spencer White with Reece Carter's playing him. Reece Carter's playing him about a 2 or 3 metres in front. Yeah, exactly right. So the ball out of side of the ground, 60 metres from Moe's home. Morrow takes the ball out of the pack, and he's called as dispossessed.
Advantage.
Play on the call. A kick for goal could be the first major. Hits the right upright. Sale, unfortunately, with a golden opportunity through Gooch to get the first major of the afternoon. Off track, Paul Carter.
And it's a 2-point lead on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. That's just 2 behinds to Sale, and we played 6.5 minutes.
Short kick went to Blazer. He drives it. Long, searching kick. Clears the pack, and it goes to half forward. Farrell might just be able to run onto this one. Fife was back there. And now coming in to help there was Laverty. Working hard is Ainsworth. He put a strong tackle on. They fight for it at ground level. Van Dyke was on all fours. Fife goes in to try and win it again, along as well as Mitch Thacker. And they drag the football in. The umpire says we'll ball it up. 60 metres now out from Moe's goal.
I reckon Sale may have settled just a little bit better than Moe. Early minutes, but they just look a bit more organised. The ball on the left half forward flank. Moe, mind you, into attack. Can they find a winner? Went for White. Carter went boom and knocked the ball forward 25 metres. Handball over the top. Opens the door for Simpson. Can he get hands to it? He can't. And he's held ball and all out of side of the ground. There'll be a ball up. And that's going to play. Sorry, big fella. 7.5 minutes to my good friend, one of my best mates, one of my champion friends in boxer. 7.5 minutes of this first quarter.
Well, I was going to say, well called too, Poppy. It has got some finals-like atmosphere, the first 5 minutes of this game.
Jaden Allison won that from the stoppage, kicked it towards Freeman, who marked. He's on his 50, lowers the eyes, touched from the man on the mark, allows Martin to come in, swings around, left foot, 45, to the goal square it goes. Brad Descent, well, he had 2 bites of it. I think the second bite was over the line. It was. So we have a minor score.
And the Sale scores 3 behinds, 3 points. It's the only scores on the board in the 8 minutes we've played.
Biffin's underground handball missed the target. Geordie Descent came in to win it. Over the hands went from Simpson. Quick chain of handball. Maslin, he put his teammate under all sorts of pressure. Had nowhere to go, though. As soon as he got the ball, Braganolo was tackled. We're going to ball up. We're inside Sale's defensive 50, trying to keep the footy in. Keep the pressure building on this Lion side.
So the margin only 3 points, but some opportunities gone begging for Moe. A mark either side of the goal line, a kick for an open goal, hits the point post. So they're hanging on by their hair on their chinny chin at the moment, and now a boundary throw-in will keep the pressure on Moe's defence. The ball 25 metres out from Sale goals here at the Nest. They're kicking to the scoreboard end to the left of your radio. And they're applying some good pressure to this Sale side. The ball thrown in, back of the pack, good thump forward. Who's going to be the first player there? It's Big White. He's gone from centre half forward to defensive 50 to help out. Jordan Descent wearing that 0 today goes into lender hand. A nice little kick off the ground by White. Edges it forward a metre or 2. He overruns it and off they go. They do it through Allison. A little bit of room to wiggle a quick kick forward by 5. And Stanley gets the ball and kicks long, but can't find a teammate.
Laverty was the one who intercepted it. Nice lateral kick inboard to Glenane. He looks to come lateral again. He's got one at the back there. And his shocking kick, he looked to go to Thacker, missed him. Now winning the football, nicely done, was Barnett. Then he put his teammate under all sorts of pressure in Allison. And we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square.
Just show how hard that centre area was. It bounced around like a ping pong ball, didn't it?
It did too. Steve Bradbury, if he would have been out there, would have been the bloke with the ball. He was the only one standing. Right now, Sale, they do it through Allison and they try to find Barnett. Can't find that player. They will now because it's Allison again, who'll go inside forward 50. The first player there for Sale will be Simpson, but he couldn't get a handle on the ball. Good pressure around him, but equally good pressure that was applied by Martin. He held it a touch too long rather than handball out. And Blazer will get the free kick, and he just lets Carter know that he's around.
He certainly does.
Yep.
As Blazers got the free kick, they're still trying to locate the football. Now they can find it.
He's been hot early though, Martin, as well, for Sale.
Good comment, Boxer. Good comment.
I was looking for some stats to back that up for your Boxer.
Blazer, this is his 4th touch.
Not Blazer.
Martin has had.
Martin, sorry, 5.
There you go. Now kick from Blazer was picked up by Nick Dowse. Goes in the board. Jaden Allison's there. He's been a good player for the Magpies in his career to date. Youngster coming through, squares it up, goes lateral. Shane Fife never has an opponent. He drops the mark and he's still got time to pick it up. Kick towards Gooch, who's a long way from home. He tried to come back inboard, did Gooch. Now he just chips it over the top to Geordie Desson. Well, he started like a house on fire as well. And he can take the mark close to the boundary line, some 60 metres away from home, though.
7th touch for Geordie Desson.
Goes short to Allison, who's got busy. He's now, man on the mark, is 52 metres away from their home. So Sale still lead at the 11-minute mark of this first quarter, and they've had all the inside 50 so far. Allison just puts it up, top of the square. Big fly. Freeman will be at the spoil in the end. Ground level Simpson trying to work hard. Out handball from Maslin. Stanlake's kick was smothered. Braganolo's kick got a little bit of territory. But it was picked up by McLaren. He works hard at ground level. Gives a handball out back to Allison. Good smother there was from Jacob Wood. But Lippman came in and grabbed it. Then he missed the handball he missed it by a long way. Allowed Long to come in. They're under pressure now, the Magpies, but they're up to the task. And Fife does nicely to try and put a little bit of pressure on Blazer. Now Farrell the 1-2 handball. Blazer has it, drives it half forward, they're on. Spencer White has it, they got some numbers inboard. Swings around, no one goes to him. So he runs to 45, he puts the drop punt onto the sway, and he's missed everything, out of bounds.
He would have been disappointed, Boxer, with that.
Absolutely. They had him on the back as well. The kick was absolutely spot on, but not one Sale player went to Spencer White, and he ran in 20 metres and he didn't make most of the kick.
So the ball just metres from Moe's goals in one of their rare attacks on goal at the moment. We've played 12 minutes. They're yet to score, but they trail by just 3 points. So Lippman takes the ball out of the pack. He's tackled, ball and all. The pressure, as Boxer said, his finals like. And the player with the ball at the moment wearing a 0 for Moe, as we know, is Jacob Wood. He holds the ball in. He had 0 chance.
Lippman, Farrell got a hand on it. Working back there was McLaren for the Magpies. Goes out the back to Mitch Dowse. Shapes one way, then goes back the other way by foot. Out towards Fife direction. Coming to market though was Long. He went to ground and then fumbled it. Fleming, quick kick, goes back inside forward 50. 2 Sale players sport themselves. And then Laverty put a strong tackle on Jacob Wood and was rewarded for holding the ball.
So the outer side of the ground, they go laterally again and they do it through Laverty and they find Williams. Williams with 40 metres of turf behind him, deep in Moe's forward line, kicks along the line towards the outer side. The back of the pack appeared to be Blazer, another touch for him. He gave ground, kept possession, and he did it to Lachlan Reese. They go forward. A couple of big options there at ground level is where it's going to be won, though, because this bloke Wood runs inside forward 50. Touched on the line, the first score by a Bees back leg.
And Harvey Norman computers Gippsland scoreboard. Almost 14 minutes played, yet to be a goal scored. Moe 1 behind 1 point, trailing Sale 3 behind 3 points.
The breeze is pushing across towards the RAF base side of the ground here at Sale as they win it at half back. Williams drove his kick into it, found Freeman on a long searching lead on the wing. Lots of open space ahead of him if they move it quickly. Goes in that direction of Gooch, and Geordie Desson's there as well. Gets to the back where Gooch has a couple of steps on Van Dyke. Kicks it, wobbly one, bouncing. Jenkinson's under pressure. Lost the handle on it. Play on, said the umpire. Good commitment by Van Dyke to help his teammate out. Jenkinson goes and fights for it again. And they were lucky there, the Lions defence. Bobbled around, 14 and a half minutes gone. We are 3 behind Sale. And Moe 1 behind.
Not the prettiest football you've seen, but it's as desperate as you'll ever see. The ball thrown up 10 metres out from Moe's goals. A contest that is surrounded by 20 of the 36 players.
Poppy, we spoke about this. They want to be in games, don't they, the Lions? They don't want to get blown away. They want to be competing in the game at quarter time.
And they're where they want to be just at the moment, albeit 2 points behind Sale. Only 4 scoring shots in 15 minutes of footy and none with the accuracy required. There'll be another ball up now.
Jack McClendon just going through some run-throughs on the bench. He got a heavy knock from Morrow early on. As Blazer wins this stoppage, left foot kick clears the defensive area. And nicely done. Hayden Prestige came up to meet it.
They need to work harder coming out of defence. There's a few Moe players that are just going through the motions here.
So Prestige decided to kick it out wide to Tommy Long. He can chip to wing, and Spencer White has presented. And marks easily. He looks to come in board.
Dangerous, my friend.
It gets over the back. Van Dyke dropped the mark. Now Gooch will swoop on it. Wins it. Gets tackled. Ball flicks out the back to Ganane. He drives it inside forward 50. Brad Desson got worked under the football by Darnell Grex. They got the numbers, Sale, but Grex does well. He backheeled it towards the boundary line. And ever so discreetly.
Ronaldo-like, wasn't it?
Deliberate, maybe?
Matthew Lloyd, except there was no goal behind him.
Except there was no goal.
Back heel out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Moe reset. Braganolo takes the ruck duties. Van Dyke was there. Quick kick off the ground by Biffin. Gets towards the top of the 50. Now Glenane comes in. Left foot kick. Spearing pass. Gets to the back. It's all Moe. There's a free kick.
Well.
It's going to the Magpies, boys.
Oh, gee, they didn't need to do that. It was a 3-on-1 contest too.
Pushing the back to Brad Desson.
And this is where he gets caught out, Greg. He was under pressure there too. He got caught behind there from Descent, and he had a teammate in front of him as well who probably could have got in front of him a lot closer to cut Descent off, but he found himself. Descent stopped, got the free kick. Smart free kick there by Descent.
Yeah, it certainly was. The league's leading goal scorer will go back and put this one through, you'd think, to get the first goal of the game. We've just ticked over 17 minutes.
I think it's tricky conditions out there, no? I don't reckon you can count a goal anywhere, even though he's so close. He's only 10 metres out. I know.
Before the game, when they were practicing, that was only swinging about a metre or a metre and a half.
So inside left goal post, puts it on its way, puts it through. The first goal, 17 minutes, goes to Brad Desson.
Yeah, it was a great goal there for Sale as well. The build-up was good. It's been a game of two half-back lines, isn't it, as well? So it was just great to have that opportunity to have a shot. He really punched through the ball there too, so the conditions are tricky. But finally we get our first goal of the afternoon.
And the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard sees Sale now with an 8-point lead. 17.5 minutes into the first quarter. 1-3-9 Sale. Moe 1 behind, 1 point.
We'll have this opportunity just to quickly go around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. In the AFL, it's the Bombers 2-6-18. They trail Port Adelaide 5-3-33. And in the other game, GWS 15. They trail Sydney Swans 30.
Geordie Desson's made a good start with 7 disposals so far, and for Moe it's 8 disposals to James Blazer, 5 to Mitch Stanley.
So we're waiting for the ball to come back in. It was kicked through the goals, over the road, into a front yard where there's a little vicious Pekingese dog. So we're just waiting for someone to have the courage to jump that fence.
I had one of those dogs growing up. I bet you did too.
So did
it wasn't mine. It was my family dog.
Yeah, we had one Pekingese called Pugsley.
Actually, while we're waiting for the ball, I'll tell you what's been worked the hardest today is these rotations by both sides. The rotations have been huge. I just can't believe the amount of on and off they've had all day. So both opposition runners are going to be working.
Here we go. Farrell v. Littman now, and Farrell with a bit more height would be favoured, you'd think. Yes, he gets a tap more through the bounce favouring him. I would have thought Blazer ducked around one, quick kick forward, burst through into forward 50, but marked ever so comfortably really in the end by Barnett, who for Sale will settle with all but 2 players in front of him. Goes towards the outer side. The kick didn't look great off the boot, fell short. First player there will be Farrell, taken off the ball. Good hip and shoulder it was by Dowse. Yep. And the ball just spins itself over the boundary line again, just short of left half forward. Moe into attack. They're trailing 9-1.
Yeah, we saw this against Maffra a couple of weeks ago. They hugged the far side of the boundary line with these conditions blowing across the ground, which is from the grandstand side across this Sale main oval.
Scuds have some quick scores around the leagues as well. Morwell 2 points. They trail Warragul 2-1-13. And Traralgon 1-2-8. They lead Bairnsdale just the 1 point.
Well, this ball is close to the boundary line again. Handball out the back. There was from Fleming. Biffin did a volleyball dig over the top of his head to no one really in particular. Leslie won it. Nice handball inboard to Allison. They've got the link up. Chain over the top. Dowse gave it back to Leslie, who ran on, then kicked it to Gooch, who can mark right at the top of his 50. He's been paid. He plays a quick handball to the run of Dowse. This is Mitch. Gets around one. Right foot kick, and going back is Jack McLaren with the flight. Right spot, right time, and Jack McLaren goes back with a nice mark.
Yeah, I don't think he was looking for McLaren then. I think he was just in the right spot at the right time, the way you called it then too, Daryl. So a great centering kick. We'll call it a great centering kick.
Yep, I think it was that.
And a great mark, and another opportunity now for Sale.
Totally agree with you there, Boxer. Wow. Jack McLaren comes in, slightest of angles, puts it through the middle. Sale have got 2. They extend the lead now.
They do now, Daryl, and I have to agree with Poppy what you said before too in regards to Sale. Their link-up handball, they looked a lot more settled now than what Moe do. Moe's just got to just find the composure again too now, especially when they're working their ball through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, indeed. Some of their patterns are good, Paul Carter, but that score now is probably a good reflection of the dominance that Sale have shown.
21 minutes in, Murray certainly, it's an important 8 to 10 minutes here now. Harvey Norman Computers see Sale 2-3-15, Murray 1 behind at 1 point.
All right, let's see if we can get the visitors out of the centre. Farrell taken out of the contest by Littman. He butters it up and opens the door, and off they go through Dowse. He's been good, goes laterally, just 10-metre kick, but it was good enough to find Glenane. He's kicked towards half-forward flank, all just falls short and puts his teammate, who was Freeman, under pressure, and he's held ball and all. Good enough to tap the ball with his left paw 10 metres forward to the advantage of his team before the ball's chucked over the boundary line, or spills over the boundary line as Gooch was about to pick it up. 75 metres from Sale's goals, they lead, as you heard from Paul Carter, 2-3-15 to 1 behind, 21 and a half minutes gone.
This time Lipton tapped it down to his defensive hip. Glenane couldn't quite get a handle on it. Falling to ground now. There's a Moe player down at the moment. He's now slowly just starting to get up. It's Tyson Biffin holding his head. He looks very groggy as the ball continues on now. He's not even interested in this one. Fleming handball backwards, put a teammate Pearce under pressure. Now Simpson can swoop on it, handballed over the top. Glenane was there, gets a handball over the top again. The run from Martin, ran down from behind, holding the ball as Fleming will win the free kick as Tyson Biffin comes off looking a bit groggy, Boxer.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him there, Daryl. I'll keep you updated.
So Moe out of defensive 50 went searching for Wood. Oh, he got the fingertips to it with his right hand. It was good enough to make the ball drop down to his left hand. And he took a good mark in the end and kicks along in front of our TRFM commentary position, looking for Farrell out the back of the pack. The first player there is going to be Dowse. He spins around cleverly, nicely done, pirouettes, followed by a foxtrot, and then the crouching tiger hidden finger move. They got a handball free and gained 5 yards, but for it, went over the boundary line again.
You're on fire today, Poppy. On fire.
Thank you.
Geez,
Thank you, Nick.
I want to hit the reset button on these two, I tell you. 22 minutes have gone. 14-point margin. Gooch coming up to meet it, and Martin kicked it straight into Braganolo, and they're calling that touched out of bounds. I thought it may have come off a boot.
I think it was a right buttock.
Righto. So we've got a boundary throw in just near the top of the 50 for the Magpies as they build again. Moe will desperately want one. Big moments from Monticello's this afternoon. Freeman inside 50, he gets a handball out the way of Simpson. He goes another by hand to Martin, who kicks to the hot spot. Dangerous spot it goes. Reese couldn't mark that one. It comes to ground. It's ripped off the football was Jack Ullman, and he'll get himself the free kick 45 metres out from goal.
Yeah, great call, Daryl. He actually enhanced it a lot more than what he did, but well done to get that free kick inside 50. Probably the distance might test him a little bit, and the wind's really going to be blowing right across him.
So Jack Allman will come in. He'll have to kick at a good 48, 49 metres. At the 24-minute mark, 49's not going to make the distance. Top of the square, Gooch is there, and so is Brad Dessert. In the end, marks on his chest. It was body work, not hands, Boxer, and Dessert was the third man up and took the mark directly in front, right at the top of the square.
Yeah, well, maybe the Moe player tripped over his own shadow because he got... I don't know if that was really Bullock and work or not, though, Daryl. But anyway, look, hey, I'll have a forward any time of the day. But we can go to the next umpire as well.
As Dessert comes in and gets his second of the afternoon. And now the Magpies just start to put a little bit of pressure on in this first quarter, Boxer.
Let's just say Daryl's right. That was a great contested mark there by Dessert. Ball was well kicked there by 20 metres. It wasn't the greatest kick there.
The only question mark I had over it was the player that provided the body wasn't the player that took the mark.
That's right. Yeah. And on the Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard, it's a 20-point margin to Sale. 25 minutes into the first quarter, they're 3-3-21. Murray 1 behind, 1 point.
Ball back in the centre of the ground now, and it will be Littman up against Morrow again, who has another go. Littman gets a tap all so easily. Plays a quick kick, only gains a couple of metres before body needs to be put on the line, and Murray put some bodies on the line. They do it nicely. The big hand of Zero Jordan Descent got a hand to the ball, but only momentarily because a big kick forward by Gum lands in the square, but it's marked by Sale. Last line of defence, and Thacker says thank you, and he kicks towards the outer side.
Gets it over the top of his teammate out there, which was Leslie. Running onto it was Long, but he coughed it up by hand, so Lippman just said, I'll take it, and I'll kick it down towards the wing area. I'll put Reese under a little bit of pressure. Jack Ullman, who's that goal kicker from a couple of moments ago, saw it over. Boundary throw in. 26 minutes have now passed in the first quarter. It's 20 points in favour of Sale, and it is a bit of a concern. We know that they like to be close to Lions, but Sale have had the better of this quarter. Inside
No
50s,
question.
Paul.
It's 15-7.
And I reckon, too, that actually Moe are kicking to the favoured end, but half-time will tell, won't we?
It's an interesting thing. Sale won the toss and kicked that way. So,
yeah. Because in the reserves game, I thought the ball was being held up, but maybe it's because they're coming from the outer side of the ground towards goals.
Foxy, you were out there at during our pre-game. Which way was that wind blowing?
Across the ground.
Straight across.
Not
Not favouring any end.
I didn't believe it was.
Okay, so you're disagreeing with me. That's unfortunate. The ball now, half-forward flank, 55 metres from Sale's goals, and they get it out of the pack again, and they do it nicely. Through that player, McLaren kicks, and he's found a teammate, has he? He has. Play on quickly, nicely done. Opened up the door for Descent. In fact, Descent, and a quick kick forward, offline, behind by Martin.
3-4-22 Sale to Murray, one behind 1 point. Harvey Norman Computers, 27 minutes played.
So Darnell Grech just slows things up now for the Lions. Well, he plays on. He gets himself in a little bit of a spot of bother, and now he kicks under pressure. He put Lachlan Reese under all sorts. Scott Van Dyke was there to help out. Good handball, though. Released Reese, who can kick it towards the boundary line, and Fife was the one who got a hand on it in front of his opponent, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Gee, Darnell Grech got in a little bit of trouble there, Boxer. Yeah, as he's coming out of full-back, yeah.
No, I just saw that Ethan Guy now's got the job on Spencer White too, so he's got a massive job ahead of him.
Ball comes back in. Rock was there, wins himself the free kick. Very well done. Looked for 50 as well, did Rock. His first kick in senior football. Let's have a look at it. Chips it high towards half forward. He goes in the Farrell White direction. No one can mark it. Thacker was there, gave it to 5. His releasing handball was good to Martin, who left foot kicked to half forward, but meeting that one there was Lachlan Reese. So the back line just starting to settle in the dying moments of this first quarter.
So Reese for Moe will be desperate to hit the scoreboard. They've only managed the single behind, one scoring shot to 7 as the mark by Lippman just forward of right half back. He's been dominant. Even with the height that Moe have got with Farrell and Morrow and White, Lippman has stood tall, as he does week in and week out, but that kick lands in the arms of an opponent at right half forward flank or left half back line.
So Long was the one who marked it, kicked it towards the wing area. And the siren sounds to end this first quarter. We're 28 and a half minutes, and Sale lead it by 21 points. Sale are 3-4-22. Moe one behind. Brad Desson getting 2 goals with Jack McLaren getting that one at the 20-minute mark. It's been a great first quarter here from Sale's main oval. It is Gippsland Live, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Fantastic deals, incredible range. Rush in store this weekend.
The weather is cold, but you don't have to be. Chase the sun, just like our first lucky winner.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
2 holidays remain to be won, plus the weekly minor draws. Check out the full list of locations to enter online at trfm.com.au. Chase the sun, escape the cold with McDonald's Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
It's back! The Epic Audio Sale at Harvey Norman. Epic deals across the big brands in audio. Soundbars from $188. Bose headphones from just $85. Epic saves. 30% off Yamaha receivers. 20% off selected JBL headphones. 30% off
Taken off yet, Stewie? I left yesterday. Oh, okay. from them in this next quarter.
Normally I would say something about the Simsy thing, but I won't today,
No.
Rob. No.
Have you had enough to eat?
Yeah.
I have, thank you.
Looking a little bit pale.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm feeling really good.
Look good too.
And the thing about it is, we spoke about it off air, I just think that inside 50, structurally, Sale are on top. But we need to get a lot better their forward structure. Here we go. Morrow and Lippman again will renew acquaintances in the middle. Tap down there, Geordie Desson, who's started very well. Leslie's now gone to the middle. Got a handball out to Laverty, but the umpire said a free kick in the back. That's a bit tough. So the free kick goes to Jacob Wood, who drives a right foot into it, goes to the top of the 50. Interfered with was Farrell. The umpire said play on. Oh, around the shoulder. Thacker's just given away an absolute shocker of a free kick. It goes to Josh Wilson.
Have a brain fade then?
I'm not sure, but
He had a massive freight. Unless Wilson, he quickly played on to Van Dyke as Scott unloads. It's going to drop short and fade away. So we've got a minus score.
So, yeah, faded away. That was a great little setup there too, but Thacker just had a little bit of a brain snap there and gave away a ridiculous free kick.
Yeah, I think he was committed to the contest, wasn't he, Paul Carter, as they add to their fairly low score at the minute.
2 behinds, 2 points, Moe. Sale 3-4-22, and that's on the Greenham Gippsland scoreboard.
Okay, so Moe pressing hard forward, all 18 players forward of centre, but they can't stop Lippman from getting the ball, which is unusual given they've got a couple of tall people that they could have worked with. Martin goes along the line, he goes searching for but can't find Simpson because he's beaten to the ball by the boundary. It's just metres to the right of the centre of the ground towards the outer side. In Sale's favour, that 10 metres. They're kicking to the grandstand end. Lippman do the contest, does it well, does it easy, knocks it forward, but only as far as Biffin, who grabs and kicks towards Farrell. He can't get his hands on the ball, even though he's got the size, the way that Lippman, his opposition player, has. Reece Carter again sends the ball forward. Again, it goes out of play. This kick, in fact, goes out of play on the full. So the free kick will go the way of the visitors.
Matt Pearce will be the one. And Boxy, you've been working the scores. We'll get a couple of round-the-ground scores from the Gippsland League in a moment as Pearce puts it towards half-ball. The Farrell White got high. Nearly gave away a free kick, and over the boundary it goes. Boxer.
Yeah, it's just a couple of games here. Terrelgan 2-4-16. They lead Bansdale just the 1 point. Morwell 2-3-15. Warragul 3-2-20.
And still trying to get a score out of the Leongatha Druin game over in South Gippsland. As Lippman put it straight down towards Martin. There is Geordie Desson, who's been busy. Leslie, handball out wide now to Allison. His kick goes towards half forward. Stanlake's in the front spot. Can't quite mark it. Gooch is there. Searching handball over the top. Just left it behind. Did it Douse. He got driven into the ground. Now they go again. Handball comes back towards Freeman. Now Martin sweeps a handball over the top now. And they run to about 40. Unloads to the top of the square. Brad Desson's the target. Over the back. It's going to be picked off. Ullman, no. He tried the banana, the check side. Couldn't get it to go around. And 3 minutes in, we've got another minus score.
3-5-23, Sale leading by 21 points over Moe, who had 2 behinds, 2 points.
I'm not sure if Ormond didn't see the 100-kilo lump that was sitting in the goal square that he could have handballed the ball up to then.
And Greg, of course, after some good body work, dropped what he should have taken. He would have hung his head in disappointment if he didn't take that one, but he goes short now anyway and finds Maston, who's in the right back pocket, Maslin, and goes short. Yeah, he does that nicely too to his teammate in Braganolo. Still in defensive 50. A short option again. They're trying to thread their way through. So Tom Long, who we see normally in forward 50, is now in the back 50 and tries to go towards the corridor looking for White. The kick's poor. Reading it nicely was Carter.
So Reece Carter back into the side. He's had one game in the 2. Straight back into the seniors. Goes towards Martin. Good spoil by Tommy Long. Comes to ground. Lippman does well for a big fella. Long goes after it again. And over for another boundary throw-in. And we got a quarter time score. Leongatha a 4-6 to Druin 1 straight. And that's your quarter time score out of South Gippsland. So Leongatha in control there. We've spoken heavily about Druin's injury worries and how they hang on to the 5th spot as the ball goes back over for another boundary throw-in.
I like the way Reece Carter started this second quarter, just starting to find a little bit of touch as well. We didn't speak about pre-game too that Jason Graham's got a clearance into Sale, back to Sale from Morty Alec as well, so another big in for the Magpies if they can get him.
Rumour is though that he's not sure that he may get over the line. He's got a injury, shoulder injury. I think it needs a reconstruction, but just not sure if he'll get over the line to play.
So Fife with the ball, he went forward and then turned it over, and now Moe under pressure from defensive 50, and Braganolo cleared the area, but only momentarily. They really can't get forward of centre with any authority at the moment. It's kick and pray, and that's never going to work. I don't care how devout you are. You need to have some system. Let's see if they can do it again. Blazer kicks inside forward 50, and Carter beats White to the ball. Read it beautifully. Dropped short, took the mark, goes short himself. Finds a teammate. That teammate is Laverty, left half-back flank.
Just assesses the situation, does Laverty. Drives it upside down, drop punt towards the wing area. Geordie Desson's in the front and square spot, squeezed a handle out to Leslie. Gets around one, neatly done. Now kicks it along the boundary line. He looked for touch, didn't get it. Stanlake grabbed the footy and drove it to the wing. Now White's got a little bit of space. He marked it. He comes lateral, gets the kick in the middle of the ground. Found Jenkinson. He just now lowers the eyes, and nicely done to Wilson. He's a 45. Wilson, look out. He got a handball away. Jacob Wood spun around one and then ran into a Kane Martin monster tackle and wasn't rewarded. They said he didn't have time.
Wow.
And Kane Martin from nowhere, like a bullet out of a gun, just went bang. Umpire said we'll ball it up. Poppy.
So Farrell leans over Lippman, got the tap, couldn't find a teammate. Tapped forward nicely by Dowse. Can he find a teammate? He can, but that teammate is set upon by two players, one being Gum and the other being Van Dyke. So the ball's still inside Moe's forward 50, and I reckon there was a player from Sale that come off the bench that assisted there when he desperately needed to. Back to the play. Lippman to Wood, a kick around the body. A White, ran over the top, taken high. Geez, very, very lucky. The Sale player tried to avoid
Leslie,
the Moe player with the ball who ended up getting the free kick, and that's Rock. In fact, it's not Rock, it's going to be Ainsworth. So Ainsworth now, well, if ever his side needs him to kick a goal, it's right now. 6 3/4 minutes in to the second quarter, and they're yet to kick a goal. Off the boot, pulls it left, a poor miss. 7 minutes in, second quarter. Paul Carter, they still trail,
and they are still trailing by 20 points. They are 3 behind 3 points. Moe, Sale 3-5-23.
Short kick went to Carter. They're going to switch this one up. It's going to be a turnover. Prestige, just had to clean grab it. He couldn't do so. Now McLaren gave a handball to Laverty, put Martin under pressure. The ball now bobbles in the middle of the ground.
Watch the centre.
Ganane was there. They snap it around the body. They're at half forward. Good transition football for the Magpies. Brad Desson has it. He tries to get it out the back now to Simpson. He gets under one tackler, squeezes the handball out. Moe might repel this forward thrust. They do. And Gum, who's moved up the ground, clearing kick, just kept it in the field of play in front of Prestige, boundary throwing. Good stop there from the Lions.
That was too, and Moe had to move Gum into the middle just for that experience too. I think when they get a bit out of the middle there, Gum going into the midfield just gives them a little bit more stability.
Yeah, put your best players around the ball when the going's tough, and they're going tough at the moment. A quick kick forward by Blazer again. Touched off the boot probably, but play on was the call. Taken without the ball. Play on again, said the umpire. Falls in the hands of Van Dyke. He gives it off to his teammate and Biffin. Kicks to within 30. And we got a rover. We have. Can he find a winner? He can. This is their best chance for goal. Farrell goes searching for our teammate in the goal square, but it was cut off brilliantly by Dowse, who took the ball. He ran 20 and kicked 35. White's the first player there for Moe. He doesn't know where to go, so he goes backwards, and Moe through Van Dyke will take two, courtesy as a short kick to Rock. No relation to Popplestone. He goes inside the corridor and he finds his teammate again in Ainsworth, who'll kick from a similar position as he did just 5 minutes ago.
Have a drink, Poppy. That's mine, by the way. I'm not sure how Rock and Popplestone are related, but we'll get there in a moment.
Well, have a look at him.
Yeah.
He's built like a rock.
Here it is. Peter Ainsworth searching for Moe's first goal from 50 metres. It's going to fade away. Actually, it'll drop short. Farrell had 2 goes, 3 goes at it, and finally has paid the mark.
If you crush a rock, it turns into 3 or 4 Popplestones.
Clever.
Stone rock.
And you can just see the wind really took that ball across the face of goals too, Scud.
So Farrell.
Tough kick.
We had to work on that nickname, didn't we? As Farrell comes in, will kick a banana and kept it skinny. Minor score.
19 point points is the margin. Still haven't got a goal, and we've played almost 10 minutes into the second quarter. 3-5-23 Sale. Moe 4 behind, 4 points.
It's a long way home if you're going to claw back a point at a time, but that's the way Moe are doing it just to the minute. Nearly 10 minutes into this second quarter, they trail by 19 points.
I'm in awe.
And the Magpies now from fullback.
I'm in awe. About
that
rock
thing.
Popplestone, it works okay.
All right, they go towards the outer side. Good work, Boxer. And cheerio to the family.
It's a Monticello moment, that one.
It is
too.
too.
Put it in the book.
It's a left half-back flank, Moe and Sale, with a handful of players from either side. There was no gaps for that ball to be spat out, and the umpire will put his paw on it and ball it up right half forward flank for Moe. Who got the tap? Not sure, but Lippman got the handball. Couldn't find a teammate. It's held in there, or is it? Blazer dances around one or two, ducks ahead, finds some room. Quick kick forward to it was by Reese. Within 30 metres, two Moe players look at each other and they both go yours. Sale then find the opportunity to clear the defensive 50, and the race is on. And the first player there, in fact the first, second and third players there are Sale.
Glenane was the one, handled over the top. Geordie Dessert.
Look at the run.
Inboard to Simpson. Oh, good pick off by Darnell Grech. Now he gets his boot to ball. On the rebound go the Lions. To half forward. Spencer White does one.
Nice.
Don't argue. Spins out of another. A second, don't argue. Coughs up the football. Now Sale trying to put pressure on. Darnell Grech followed up his kick. Wins it. Gets around one. Yes, he does. Now he kicks to the shallow pocket, and Ainsworth can't quite go back and mark it. And it goes over in front of the pass players hill here at Sale in a frantic game of football. Sale still lead it though by 19 points.
So good play there, but that probably indicates what's required from Moe. Something special to get off the pressure or away from the pressure from this home side of Sale at the moment. So Moe needs something, and they need it again now. Farrell takes the ball out of the pack. Nicely done. Blazer the 1-2. They get the ball. Who's going to be the player there? They were hoping it was going to be Jenkinson, but he left the ball behind. And with only split seconds to take the ball cleanly, it's held in again 40 metres from the Moe goals.
Yeah, just that fumble. Just that clear touch from Jenkinson. That would have been an open goal to him too.
Blazer squeezed a handball out, missed the target. Jaden Allison put ball to boot. Got it towards half-back. Martin just missed it. Geordie Desson's been busy for Gippsland Ozuzu Ute. He grabs it again, shrugs another tackle, gives it to Martin, and Martin's left foot goes in the middle of the ground. There's no one there but the Swan Lake. He drops the mark he should have taken. Freeman, they got some numbers, Moe. Van Dyke was back there. Scott gave it to Reese. He stops and props.
Oh, no.
Chip kick over the top. They're on the ice rink in the middle. Here's Stanlake. Doesn't know where to go. He goes by hand to gum. Back to Stanlake. Took on one tackler. Run away. 60 metres out. Stanlake. Top of the square. Prestige had the spoil from behind. Here's Rock. Oh, great work by Mitch Dowse to mark it on the last line and relieve the pressure to Martin.
And Martin comes grandstand side. He's got an option. It's a good option too. And I reckon you'll find that's Allison, who's busy in the first quarter, but one of his rare touches in the second. He gives ground, keeps possession, and tries to spread the play, kicks to full-back, and from full-back they'll go to half-forward flank. They've done it the hard way, but they've done it nonetheless, and they've got a loose man on the go as they start to surge forward, and Freeman is the player with the ball on the outer side wing.
Good defence by the Lions, just to slow up Freeman there. He had to wait. Now all the numbers are back, so he kicks a high one to half forward. And coming in from the side was Morrow to take the mark. 13 minutes gone, Boxer.
Yeah, just that vision of Moe, just bringing that ball out of their transition from the defensive line, just not looking outside where we've got players on the fringe just screaming for the ball and not getting the ball.
19-point margin on your Greenham Gippsland scoreboard in the second quarter. Stanlake wants to slow things down for the Lions at halfback.
Scott, do a quick around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. In the AFL, it's half-time and the Bombers still trail Port Adelaide by 16 points, and the Giants have found the lead now against the Swans 52-39.
So Thacker has it here for Sale. Halfback flank, wobbly kick towards the boundary line, actually goes out of bounds on the full. Again, we've seen this number of times here at this Sale Oval, Poppy. The amount of times that players kick it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, I don't reckon we've
On
been
that side.
here. Yeah.
And that's the wind. That's where the wind's going.
That's
to.
right, across the ground,
Yes.
as you quite correctly pointed out pre-game in your pre-match ground report, so accurately, so beautifully,
For
so
Carpet
eloquently.
Country.
And for Carpet Country, of course. He had it covered just like Carpet Country and the guys like Brett and White can do for you. Right now, the ball, though, is Sale, and that's Jack McLaren. Or maybe it's not him. Jack McLaren with the ball towards the outer side of the ground. And with the ball at the moment is Glenane. So Glenane will try to fire it down the line. He does it nicely. He does it too easily. And off they go now through Dowse. His quick kick falls in the arms of Freeman, 20 metres out. And after Moe have done all the attacking, guess what? The home side will have a kick on goal.
Yeah, tough shot though, this one. The Breeze boxer, where's it going?
Right in his face, Darryl.
Yeah.
It's going to be right in his face here.
And as Poppy said, he's only 20 metres out. He'll probably have to kick at 25.
He's just going to open the angle a little bit here.
Run around, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he's going to run straight at the goal line.
And now swing.
He's going straight there. He's a right foot. He's on the right side. Kept it skinny just. Oh, big build-up.
Yeah, it definitely was.
20-point margin to Sale, and still no goals in the second quarter. 15.5 minutes in. 3-6-24 Sale. Murray 4 behind 4 points.
So Greg will bring the ball in. Oh, gee, that's risky. And I thought Wood was up to it, but he's not. And guess what? It's going to pay the price. No, a quick kick marked by Greg.
Yeah, well, now he goes short again. This time it's a better kick. Found Jenkinson. Inside his defensive 50 is Lucas. Waits for someone to present. Tommy Long gives one. He decides he won't kick it. He'll try and step around the player on the mark. Run and draw handball. Then handballs 25 metres to Stanley. In a strong tackle from Freeman. He looked for the boundary line. And he found it in the end. Lucky to get away with that one.
Sky, just a quick one here too with Terrelgan 3-6 and inaccurate again. Terrelgan 24 to Bairnsdale 139.
Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture for the around the ground scores this afternoon. As this ball bobbles around, Blazer had it, got slung around in a tackle from Leslie. Now he picks the footy up. Underground handball just missed the target. Good work by Van Dyke in the middle to Farrell. He's clearing handball, looks for Ainsworth. He eventually gets us to Peter. Now he goes backwards by handed Wood. Farrell's there for support. Quickly got ball to boot, but again, out of bounds on the full.
Maui are actually winning the clearances this quarter, 7-3. Still not showing up on the scoreboard though.
Inside 50s, Paul.
It's 7 to Maui and 3 to Sale, also 7-3.
Yeah, well, they've had certainly a lot more of the play, but the margin's still at 20 points, which it was 21 at quarter time. So Sale go again, Poppy, through Big Lippman, who gave it to Williams.
Yeah, so Williams now from 75 out, kicked within 30, but this bloke here, Stan Lake, just starting to find his mojo, takes a mark with the long sleeves. Welcome back into the Moe side today.
He's looking to switch.
There he is. There's not much there, so he kicks. Geez, he kicks long too, 65. Can he find a teammate? He can't. In fact, White and Farrell were beaten to the ball, and they were beaten to the ball by Thacker, who gives it off, and off they go through Fife. Runs 10 on that left leg, puts it in the dangerous posit. Greg got rid of his man early, did it beautifully, pays on quickly to a teammate, and that teammate is R-O-C-K
Rock.
Sale.
Rock went towards Wood at ground level. Wood gave a handball back to Rock. He took on the tackler, chips it over the top of the head. Nicely done, Wilson.
Oh, no, you had a runner too, boy.
Well, Wilson dropped the mark that he should have taken, and his second bite was over the line.
I know where you were going with that.
Yeah,
John
got it.
Cougar. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. You got it, my friend.
Yep.
So, boundary thrown right in front of the grandstand here.
We're like we're on today.
Yeah, we are.
They are attached at the hip at the moment. That's not a good sign of the commentary box. Again, Geordie Descent goes down low, wins it. Dowse over the back, got tackled, and he just coughed it up, although I believe he handballed it, but umpire said you had too much time. And now Rock drives it inside forward.
What?
Can't quite mark it. Prestige at the front spot. Handball towards some open space. Fleming kicks it off the ground. Bouncing. Minor score. Greenham Gippsland this afternoon. Your locally owned, Aussie-owned processor.
Taking Murray to 5 behind 5 points. Sale leading by 19 points. They're 3-6-24.
Needs to hold them.
Yeah.
He needs to hold them.
Interesting stat, Geordie Descent's had 7 disposals this quarter, all handballs.
Yeah, he's been good.
Okay, the ball comes out of defensive 50. Oh, only inches between the boundary and Dowse, but Dowse took the ball and he did it quite nicely. His kick forward is a helicopter type forward punt, but he found a teammate, and they've got a little bit of room to wiggle now, this Sale side. They play on quickly and handball nicely danced around. It was by Dowse, left hand, the 1-2, gave it and got it to Freeman and goes inside forward 50, but Stanlake takes the ball, handballs off to Blazer. He's been busy, gives it to Reck, the 1-2, back to Blazer. He kicks towards half forward flank, having to sit and wait was Moe's Tom Long. Couldn't take the ball, they give ground. The pressure's proving to be a fair hurdle for this Moe side. Great and pressure. Sale are being relentless.
Yeah, certainly is great pressure. They go again, handball over the top, just missed Leslie. And now Biffin comes to close. Leslie tried to tap it to his advantage, couldn't do so in the end. And we went from the grandstand side to the far side in quick succession, boundary throw-in.
Moe's first touch, just their fumbling.
Yeah.
You know, it's just letting them down at the moment. Just a quick one around the grounds. Morwell's got themselves back in front here. It's 4-4-28. They lead Warragul 4-2-26.
Littman tapped it over the back. Martin goes to ground, quickly got tackled. We'll have a ball up, true centre wing. 20 minutes gone, second quarter. For all the play that Moe have had, for all the inside 50s that they've had, they've only reduced the margin by a couple. It's 19 points as we stand right now.
So Littman thumps it behind his body towards the boundary. The first player there is a 0, and the 0 says Jordan Descent. But he can't get the ball. He can't keep it in place. So there'll be a boundary throw in almost directly on the outer side of the ground at the wing.
I need to make mention too that you are getting quite a few compliments through social media about your call today, Poppy.
Thank you, Nick. Make sure you wear a seatbelt when you drive home tonight. I don't want anything happening to you.
You're in form here as well, Poppy.
All right, Littman with the ball now. He gets yet another touch. He's been good, hasn't he? Goes towards the left half forward flank. A kick, and it's marked beautifully. And off they go. They do it. Can they find a winner right here, right now? It could be dangerous. Stan Lake's the only person between goal and ball, and he puts enough pressure to see the ball over the boundary line, just 15 metres from Sale's goals. They're kicking to the right of Radio at the clubhouse end, and they lead, as Scud told us a few moments ago, by 19 points. Hey, listen to this. 21 minutes gone, second quarter. Moe haven't got a goal yet.
No, unbelievable. And Sale go to press again. Lachlan Reese from the back half. Good little work there by Wilson. Gave a handball out the back. Tried and the don't argue was Garm. He got away from the opponent there in Martin. His kick goes towards the half-back flank. White can't quite mark it. And we talk about White just being a little bit off-boxy, and again we're seeing it today.
Yeah, he just when you're off, you don't run to the right spots too, and you're dropping those marks that you should be taking.
Well, of course, don't forget today's round is the TAC Cup. Towards 0 round, all captains wearing the 0 jumper, and also the netballers getting involved as well. Boxer wearing the socks, the towards 0 socks.
Yep, towards 0 socks.
And today we've got Geordie Descent, not in his 23, but wearing the 0, and Jacob Wood also wearing the 0 as they go forward the Lions. It was from a quick kick, but it lands in the hands of Chris Laverty, and Boxer, their forward entries have been horrible today.
They have been horrible, and the thing is, if you just look at the other side of the way that Sale set up their forward line, they've got a big already in the side, and they're kicking to two of the smallest players out there, easy to pick off.
So the ball at the left half-back flank, they go inboard, they do it nicely, they find Williams with the ball, he goes inboard, and off they do. They run it nicely towards 30 metres. This looks all too easy. Yeah. Takes a mark position, beautifully taken by Freeman, and they have the chance to kick the first goal for a long, long time, Paul Carter.
This quarter at least. 24-minute mark was the last goal that Brad Descent kicked in that first quarter.
So we've played near on 27, 28 minutes of football with no goals being scored. Let's see if we can get one through the big stick, Scud.
Interesting, though. It has been a good game of football. I think it's been quite willing and just not quite transitioning that onto the scoreboard as Jared Freeman comes in from 45. He starts it right as it got the carry. No, it's been spoilt through for a minor score.
Greenham Gippsland scoreboard takes Sale to 3-7-25. Moe 5 behind 5 points.
So Greg brings it in. He tries to thread a passage through a series of Sale players and cannot. Now there's going to be a turnover. Dancing around one and kicking quickly forward was Williams. Can he find a teammate? He can't initially. Stanlake opens the door enough for Greg to get hands to the ball, but this quick, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. But Moe are up to it. They got the numbers around the ball. A quick kick by Maslin towards the outer side. But guess what? Fife takes it. Quickly goes inboard to Martin. He'll kick from 60 metres out.
He's a great kick of the football, and he'll wait for someone to present.
Lippman, no, he goes short. Back to Fife. Can you believe this, Scud?
The back
Fife kicks to within 10 metres of goals. It's all Moe. And the mark was taken by Gum, who's getting a bit of the ball in the defensive half.
Gets it out towards White, who takes the mark just inside the field of play. 45 metres from his goal.
So Gum to White, defensive 50. Both of those players, key forwards.
Yeah, they need to start to get involved. He's kicked down the line. Carter dropped the mark. Working hard was McLaren. Now spills out the back. Jenkinson kick was smothered. It went straight in the hands of Laverty, and then Jenkinson had to dump him. Put him in a strong tackle. Ball up. Right in front of the grandstand, 25 minutes, still no goal.
Love to see Sales marks from turnovers. The Moe pick-off has been so easy today.
Lippman down to Wilson, tried to get one high. Umpire said no opportunity, we'll do it again. Just a little bit of a stalemate here at the moment, as it's been tough football. No one can really get the clean run and attack. If anything, Sale have moved the footy a little bit better. Just haven't been able to capitalise. Moe's had most of the play, though, this quarter. Leslie kicks along the ground. Gooch was the target. Back there, he ran it, gave it back to Leslie in the end. He's kicked to the shallow pocket. Brad Descent runs and meets it. Gave it off to the hands. He just missed it, slipped straight through his hands with Simpson. Now Descent gets it back. Left foot kick. Goes to the hot spot. And Van Dyke was back there with Freeman. Scott, that was. And we have a boundary throw in on the far side now, 15 metres around from Sale's goal.
So that score at the moment, Sale are 3-7-25 and Moe 5 behind. 25 and 3/4 minutes gone. Second quarter, as you heard Scud say, just metres from Sale's goals, kicking to the clubhouse end. Blustery conditions, the wind, as Boxer told us pre-match, he's blowing straight across the ground, so no real advantage, we don't think, to either side. Quick kick from the pack from Biffin. Goes towards right half-back flank, but marked. And it's been marked by that man Fife once more. Shane Fife, who's been busy in the last 5 minutes. Paul Carter getting plenty of the ball, and he's got it right now. Plays on quickly,
Seventh kick this quarter.
He's been very good, but his kick on this occasion could be his most dangerous because he's found a teammate inside forward 50. Quick kick, the lead's on, taken nicely, taken easily, and it's taken beautifully by Brad Descent.
Well, he's already got 2 goals, and this is their best chance to get the first goal of this second quarter. Late time on now in the second quarter, Boxer.
Yeah, perfect lead. He just timed it really well, had plenty of space in front of him. Just pretty poor there by the Moe defence.
So Descent comes in, right foot kick on the way. Well, something's going on out there in this second quarter. We've got another minor score.
4 behinds for each team that quarter, a grand total of 0 goals, 8 behinds for the term, which means that the margin of quarter time, or 21 points, is that margin at half time, which went 27 and a quarter minutes. 3-8-26 Sale. Moe 5 behinds, 5 points.
Well, I no doubt Paul will go to history books to see if that's Moe's lowest score in a half of football. They've only managed the 5 behinds, and you would think that these top 3 sides that they are, will no doubt open things up in the second half. Stick with us. You are listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM, and it's all for Harvey Norman Electrical.
The freshest way to start the day. Gabby and Dan, the TR Morning Crew.
We need to send congratulations out.
With selected TVs 65-inch or larger, like the Samsung 65-inch QLED for only $2,495, plus bonus delivery and wall mount installation. Terms and conditions apply. Wall bracket not included. Big deals on big screen TVs from Harvey Norman, the kings of the big screen.
For Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. 7 stores servicing Gippsland. We return to the action of TRFM's Gippsland Live.
Well, umpire gets the third quarter underway here at Sale. It's a 21-point margin and the two ruckmen go at it. Lippman tapped it down. Biffin comes off the wing, but Martin swooped on it. Left foot kick, inside forward 50. Open up the third quarter. Well done, Al Grech just double fists it behind his head and it goes over for a minor score inside 15 seconds, Paul.
It certainly was, Darryl, and the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard sees Sale now 3-9-27, Moe 5 behind 5 points.
I reckon that's just a small sign of the confidence, a lack of confidence that Moe have got. Greg had no reason not to mark that ball.
Yep.
Took the easy option. Anyway, he goes short now. The ball will come grandstand side and it'll come forward through Pearce, whose kick was poor because it went straight to the opposition's Jared Freeman. He goes in board of the corridor. It's a high risk move. If it pays off, it'll be priceless. It doesn't. And now Moe, through a quick kick forward from Fleming, will fall just inside the boundary. And White should be the first bloke there. He takes on his opponent. He might be done for dropping the ball. No. Luckily, the umpire says play on, and luckily the ball spilled over the boundary line for a boundary throw in.
Great tackle. I'm pretty sure the rule says you have to make some sort of effort to handball the ball out.
Well, Carter was the tackler. Now Lippman tried to tap it over the back of his head. Geordie Desson does well. Took on two tacklers to bring him to ground, but no prior opportunity. Any matchups? Any changes, Boxer? Yep.
Yeah, don't come here. That sliders hasn't gone down the right way.
Thanks very much to the Sale Football Netball Club.
Unbelievable.
They look after us. We've got beef sliders, and this football now is at the top of the 50 for the Magpies. Van Dyke was in there. Ground level handball out from Biffin to Morrow. Quickly ran down from behind.
Push
in the back. Free kick will go to Tristan Gum.
Yeah, but some of the matchups too, that Jacob Wood's gone forward, Tom Long will come out of the goal square, and Farrell's gone forward as well.
So Gum comes grandstand side to Blazer, who's been busy, one of the busy players for Moe. Not at his busy best, but busy nonetheless. From left half, right half back flank to right half forward. The run's there. First player there. Quick kick around the body, or it's going to have to be good by Prestige as Scud calls it and goes into my blind spot.
Well, White tried to keep it in. He actually tapped it straight down Shane Fife's throat. He handled across now to Carter, who has it. And his left foot kick in the middle. He got dumped afterwards.
Frustration.
Yep, Spencer White put Reece Carter down, so there's a down the field free kick. Will go in the way of Gooch.
Wasn't even worth the effort. It was just a nudge out of frustration, and it cost his team 50.
So John Gooch has it on the wing. He's got Freeman in the pocket, and he goes to that direction, who was on a long lead. He goes back for contact, and Van Dyke actually got to the front spot. Scott took the mark.
Oh, yeah, 50.
And as Freeman put him to ground, the 50-metre penalty will be played. Scott Van Dyke will have it. 3 minutes in. 22 points is the margin now. He goes short.
Now turn and go.
So Wilson does do that. Turns and goes to Farrell. Up he goes. Can't mark and pulled down Thacker in the end. Nearly ripped his head off. The umpire said play on. Laverty was there. Couldn't quite keep it in though.
I can't believe the umpire didn't see that.
Yep.
He just took his head off. He's 6'3", standing in front of him. He was 5 metres away. Anyway, I can't believe that.
Ball comes back into play. In the front spot was Lippman. Descent does well from the stoppage. Handled out the back. 5. Took on 1 or 2. Umpire waits. No opportunity. Ball it up. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
So we're inside forward 50 with Moe kicking to the clubhouse end of the nest here at Sale. They trail at the moment by 22 points. Ball thrown up, quick kick out of the pack. It went from Gum. Could he find a teammate? He could not. And now Sale will come grandstand side, and they find with a nice leg Gooch on the lead, and they found him beautifully too.
Kicks towards the wing area. No one back. Stanlake was there. Ran around one. Got a handball out the back to Jenkinson. Short little kick. Missed Braganolo. And Gooch will see it over. Boundary throw in. Around the grounds, check. Half-time scores for Harvey Norman Furniture.
Yeah, thanks, Scud. Traralgon 3-9-27. They lead Bairnsdale 2-5-17. Morwell 5-6-36. They lead against Warragul 5-2-32. And Leongatha, big leaders 10-11-71. Drew in 2 straight goals.
So Littman lifts the tempo, gets another tap, blazes at the base of the pack, gives it off to a teammate I thought was taken high. Play on was the call. That player was Fleming, who fights hard for the ball in front of the grandstand. Bang, a little Murray sandwich.
Free kick.
Results in a free kick, and the free kick will go Biffin's way.
Yeah, just got him over the shoulder. Williams just a little bit over the top. So Biffin has it on the wing. Kicks it down the line. Gum will be the target. Didn't quite get to him. Laverty was there. Prestige just punched it forward. Gum ran under it. Gave it to Jacob Wood. Left foot kick over the back. Spencer White will mark. And he goes back. And he must go through and put this through for the first goal for the Lions for this game. Not kicked a goal in a half of football. And Spencer White must now, from 15 metres out, put this one through, boys.
Yeah, if he kicks this one, it's a big tick to the Maui coaching staff. Jacob Wood goes forward, gets the ball inside 50.
So Spencer White, the slightest of angles, will kick from about 20. He's a left footer and puts it through the middle. It's just the start that they needed, the Lions. That could be a spark, and hopefully some more goals to come.
And that's Murray's first goal. It's taken 5 minutes into the third quarter, and on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, that takes them to 1-5-11, trailing Sale, who are 3-9-27.
Poppy, big moments for Monticello's this afternoon. To his extra dry or 4x gold stubbies, 24 for $38.
Yeah, I reckon today that goal by Spencer White was absolutely crucial. He missed that. I don't reckon we see much of him for the rest of the day.
Yep.
He gets that. You watch him have an impact. I reckon he's good for another couple. So Sale will need to be on their game right here because they're going to start to apply some pressure. You just get that feeling. Blaze is the player that goes over the top. Nicely done. That handball was more than hope than anything else. But they've got numbers around the ball. Sale respond beautifully, though. A quick handball forward by the young fella in McLaren. Couldn't find a teammate. Gooch ducks ahead and tries to burrow through like a fox into a hole, but he can't get out. And the umpire will ball this one up, and Morrow and Littman will contest hard.
Jenkins at a ground level. Wood goes to ground. And again, John Gooch drives him into the ground.
So Tristan Gunn's gone forward now. He's in a rotation there with Jacob Wood.
Morrow tapped it down. Blazer wins it. Handballs to Morrow. Oh, got crunched again. Gooch and Morrow go at it. And now Tommy Long. Good work there by the youngster McLaren again. Wins it, coughed it up though. Jacob Wood's alive. Gave it to Fleming. Back to Wood. He's running now. Left foot kick. Inside 50. Gum gets it out towards White. One, don't argue. Handball spills out the back. Fife took on a tackler and did well for the Magpies. They relieve pressure. Here's Laverty. Slows things down. Goes backwards to Nick Dowse. Now his kick goes over the top. Just at the toes there of Jaden Van Dyke. But swooping it on was Luke Williams, who did well. Reece Carter won it, gave it back to Williams. White comes in to help now for the Lions. Gets around a tackler. Now he has to cough it up. He got a hand on it. Morrow again goes to ground. And the ball now underneath a pack of 4 or 5 Magpies and Lions. We'll see a ball up.
There's a little flicker. There's a little flicker from Maui.
Yeah, they're doing well, but I tell you what, Sale are fighting just as hard. Littman gets a tap, a punch forward though by Maui, gained 15 metres. Fife, the first player there for Sale, at the left half forward line, gives it up through pressure from Maui, but only momentarily as the umpire will ball this one up. It's left half forward flank, Maui into attack, and they have been for most of this 6 minutes of the third quarter. They trail by 16 points.
Kicked out of the ruck duties there was from Littman.
That was a hit out, wasn't it?
That was, yep. We'll call it a hit out or a kick. We'll get a boundary throw in. 8.5 minutes gone.
Only takes a couple of players to get you going. Jacob Wood, Spencer White, they're going. Okay, so he was just see what it does with the Maui side now.
Out the back, McLaren, nicely done from that stoppage. Kicks it towards the middle of the ground. Stanlake went back with a flight. Good work by Simpson just to tap it to his teammate in Leslie. And he puts the afterburners on. And from 40 metres, goes bang! And Jack Leslie gets the answer for the Magpies.
And this is the critical mistake Mitchie Stanlake's made. He's gone to ground on a one-on-one, and Leslie's just gone, thank you very much. And did he put the afterburners on?
Nice pace, yeah.
Great goal from just inside 50.
Can I just correct myself? I said Jack Leslie, I meant Will.
I will, yeah. I did say Leslie, though. That's okay.
4-9-33 is the Sales score. We played 9 minutes into the third quarter. Restored a margin of 22 points in their favour over Moe, who are 1-5-11, and that's on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So that margin's been hovering around there for about 45 minutes, and although Moe may have picked up the intensity, they can't quite pick up the margin. As they go towards the left hard forward flank, the player there, Fleming for Moe, he's beaten the ball, and he's beaten to it by Dowse, who's been busy. They got runners through McLaren. He handballs. He gives ground but keeps possession. Dowse lends a hand. A quick kick forward from Dowse towards right half forward flank. Sale got good runners and good numbers, and on the end of one of those handballs forward is Williams. He goes over the top back to McLaren. He turns, props, kicks inside forward 50. It's a poor kick, but it might find a home 30 metres from his team's goals. I tell you what, there's some good body work off the ball, but the umpire says, I'll make the call and throw it up 25 metres out from Sales goals. Littman from the pack. He takes the ball. He kicks for goal just offline. Nice move, nearly paid off.
Margin now 23 points in Sales' favour, 4-10-34. Moe 1-5-11. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 10-minute mark, third quarter.
Darnell Grech played onto himself, kicks an upside down drop punt, goes outside 50 but bounces the wrong way. It eludes 3 or 4 players. Now Martin gave it to Carter. He now gives it to Freeman. He decides to kick in the direction of Dessert. It gets to the back and Dowse will kick the goal. That's Mitch. And Mitch has put it through for the Magpies. They get 2 in a row.
It was great play there too by Freeman. He wanted to make sure he kicked to a one-on-one. He had Descent down there as well. What was great about Sale was their composure when the ball hit the ground. Dowse was there to pounce and kick the goal that now could have just about broken Moe's back.
Yeah, margin now out to a match high 29 points. Sale 5-10-40, Moe 1-5-11. McDonald's Gippsland scored 11-minute mark of the third quarter.
So Sale impressively fight back after the pressure was applied, and they did it really nicely too. Littman's the star of the show. Not sure who the Moe defender was that got hands to the ball and didn't take the mark, but that proved to be costly. Littman, Morrow, let's call it even, but I wasn't too sure. Quick kick forward out of that pack by Martin. Can he find a teammate? He cannot. It'll be a Moe mark just inside the centre square.
Tyson Biffin was the one with courage. Goes into the middle of the ground, dangerous, misses gum. Martin was in there, it's on the skating rink now, barrels it inside 50. Desson on the long lead, one bite, couldn't get it. Over the back was Geordie. Brad works at ground level. Stanlake tried to don't argue, did well, kicked it out. Gooch was there, he's got time to win it. A handball over the top, he looked for the runner. Dyson Biffin does well. Kicks it off the ground now to himself, relieving the pressure for the Lions. Wins it by hand, only just though. Lost it again. Helping out was Tommy Long. They look for the boundary line. Pfeiffer's there for the Magpies, and we've got a boundary throw in. 12 minutes have gone. It is the Magpies leading by 29 points.
We'll just quickly go around the grounds thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, and it's in the AFL, 3-quarter time, and the Bombers, they still trail Port Adelaide, 8-10-58 to Port Adelaide, 14-9-93.
So here we go now into attack, right half forward flank. They're really starting to respond beautifully, as I mentioned a few moments ago. The pressure back on Moe, and it's on their heads, on their shoulders in a big way. Biffin tries to bust the pack. A quick kick smothered as well, and Littman does the work as a Rover feeds it off to Carter, who kicks to within 20 metres. Nearly taking a strong mark there with Sale. Desson comes in to lend a hand, but at this moment, Grech to Stanlake, and from defensive 50 to outer side, they may take a break, but it'll be only for a second because the kick goes out of play on the full.
Yeah, it certainly does. Shane Fife will be the one to bring it back into play. But Sale are starting to press inside 50s this quarter, Paul.
It's 7-4, and Moe's 4 all in one clump.
Yeah, they go inside 50 again to the Magpies, only just though, as Stanlake. This Moe defence is under enormous pressure, relentless pressure from the Magpies. We'll have another boundary throw in, 60 metres out now from Sale's goal. Littman and Morrow. Ball gets to the front where Morrow tapped it straight down. Jacob Wood was at the ground level. Squeezed a handball out the back to no one really in particular. Now Geordie Descent gave it across to Dowse. This is Mitch. He kicks around his body to the hot spot. Lachlan Reese dropped the mark.
Yeah, they've been doing that a bit today.
Well, that's what pressure does, Poppy.
Yep, you're right.
As we're got another boundary throw in.
Scud, can I do a little call out?
Yeah.
If anyone's listening,
we had one to England.
Balara game. Marty's got a flat battery as she's over at the netball courts. So can someone go give her a jump start, please?
Oh, dear. If she really needs a hand, I'll go at three-quarter time.
Here's Martin. Handballed inboard. John Gooch tries to work hard. So does Pearce at ground level for the Lions. Well, Boxer left last time at 4 o'clock.
I'd do anything for Marty.
Poppy's he might have to leave. She's been listening to us too long without starting the car from this stoppage. Here's a big ruckman chance. Got his boot to ball, but it was smothered. Now Tyson Biffin with a bit of run from halfback. Barrels one outside over the top of Thacker's head towards the boundary line. Gums out there. He keeps it in play. Handballs over the top. Blazer's got a couple to beat. Goes to ground, but he wins himself the free kick. It is over the shoulder. And then they kick to the top of the 50. They go. Van Dyke will go up and mark Jaden on this occasion.
Yeah, good work, Jaden. As Boxer said, if someone could help jumpstart his wife, that would be much appreciated.
Jaden Van Dyke. I'm not sure I can continue. We'll have a shot from 50 metres out. It's on its way. Has it got the accuracy? No, it doesn't. Just getting the distance. 15 minutes minus score. There's all sorts of things happening down at the Rec Reserve. There's lots happening here at Sale as well, Paul.
Maui now 1-6-12, trailing by 28 points. Sale 5-10-40 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Maybe she just needs a push. The ball, is it a manual or a automatic?
Gets over the back, the football. Here's the foot race. It's Mitch Dowse. He has a bounce on the wing, gets it over the top. Geordie Dessert Mark will give the handball back now to Mitchy Dowse. He runs, he bounces and then loses the football. He's still there. The underground handball might come off. Glenane, though, coughed it up. They work again at ground level to the Magpies. The Lions defenders now finally get some help, and we're going to stop each top of the 50.
I think Murray's pretty happy that ball bounced the other way. Otherwise, Dowse was running into an open goal.
I think you're pretty happy. You told us that your wife needs a
jump start.
A jump start.
Yeah, okay.
Sale now, kick to the top of the square, flying high. Greg, I tell you what, he nearly gave the ball up to. Comes in for take two, falls to the front of the pack. They're desperate, Moe, but they're hanging on by a thread. The pressure from Sale's relentless, and here it comes again after Carter takes the easiest of marks.
Yeah, well, he chips it over the top of the 50. Didn't quite get to Geordie Dessert. Now Spencer White takes it. Look at the big man go. Drives right in towards half forward, blazes the target, wins it on the bounce, gives it back to Spencer White, who ran on. Leslie ran him down from behind, and Will Leslie was rewarded for holding the ball. The Magpies take the advantage. Glenane has it, goes inboard. Allison's in there, can't get on the first time. The second one was good, and then McLaren got his head ripped off by by Tommy Fleming. It was right in the middle of the ground. Jack McLaren has it. The Magpies are about to press again. This time the kick goes to over the top of Lippman's head. Long was there. Lippman has to do the groundwork as well. Lots of numbers for the Lions. They'll win out. And it's Jaden Van Dyke. Goes backwards to Farrell. He goes further backwards to a teammate in Gum. The underground handball back to Farrell. Kicks it high to the wing. And this is all Sale. And Thacker will mark.
Well, Thacker gives ground 25 metres. He actually goes backwards to open up the door and spread. 5 dances around his opponent, looks inside the corridor. Beautiful. The easiest of kicks. He finds his teammate there in Descent. And I'm talking about the 0, Jordan Descent, who goes towards right half forward flank. Can he find a teammate? He can. The race is on. It's Dowse. He runs 10. He kicks 40. They're within 15 metres before Greg applies enough pressure to put the ball over the boundary line just 15 metres from Sale's goals.
6 disposals to Mitch Dowse this quarter, most of them gaining many, many yards.
Foxy, still with us?
I'm still here. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just want to see Descent maybe get more body contact so he can actually get that push up on Greg. He just likes to have that sit and jump on him, and he's just getting that spoil in.
Geordie Descent won it, gave it across to Leslie. Runs away from Braganolo, goes backwards by foot to Thacker. It's going to come off. We're back in the centre square now, the Magpies. All the players, all Moe's defence is forward in the back half, I should say. The high kick. 3 Lions go up. They spoil it down front and square. No one's really in a position to squeeze a handball out. McLaren was there, though. He's been busy. Laverty now will thump it to the point of the square. Freeman at the back, but in front was Darnell Grech.
So Grech comes grandstand side where he's got an option, and they've got some runners, and off they go too. The run out of defensive 50 in front of the TR commentary position. They waited for it nicely, but Prestige was taken off the ball. White takes on an opponent. This time he chooses to get rid of the ball quickly. Farrell gets one hand to it, and then handballs quickly. He looks for Blazer. Blazer releases the ball just at the right time, and then forces a contest just Mowie's side of the centre square of the nest here at Sale. And this Moe side have got wobbly wheels. All of a sudden they trail by 28 points, and we've played 19 and a half minutes of the third quarter.
Well, Geordie Desson has to do it all by himself. He handballed to himself, then kicked it off the ground. Luke Williams was there to help out. Gave a handball back to Geordie Desson. They're handballing backward. Mitch Dowse has it. Took on one tackler. Now he kicks lateral, and he finds a target. He does just. Oh! Jack Allman goes to ground.
He did look like an ostrich there for a minute.
Was that when his head stuck in the ground? As Allman kicks towards Luke Williams at half forward. He's got time to prop. Tries to get around the tackler there in Maslin. High kick, top of the 50. Blazers there. Great little front and square by Mitch Dowse. The high kick. Where's Desson? Here he comes. Front spot. Gooch was there. It spills to the back. Numbers there favour Sale. It's Jaden Allison. Snap around the body, misses. Everything hits the behind post on the full. Free kick, Moe.
Sale's intensity. It's just they're at Moe every time they get near the ball. And Moe have no answers to it at the moment.
No, you're right. I think Moe poked the Magpie early in this quarter, and they've come up fighting back, haven't they? They play on quickly. Do Moe come grandstand side? Not sure what the option was, but it appeared to be against them 3-1. Punch inside forward 50. Handball over the top. White's at least trying to make something happen and starting to have an impact, but he can't get much room. Taken high.
It was a fend-off high.
High fend-off, which means that Sale's Glenane will take the kick for goal on a 45-degree angle from 35 metres, with his side leading 5 goals 10 to 1 goal 6.
You know you're in trouble when you've got all your forwards are inside the defensive 50 trying to win the ball back for you. They've got no options up the ground while they're down in deep.
So Jackson Glenane will come in. Sale have got 2 goals to 1 in this quarter, extending the lead. It
come back,
it did come back a long way. Looked shocking off the boot, and then worked its way back into it. Minor score, McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
5-11-41 Sales score. They are leading by 29 points. Moe 1 goal, 6-12.
Around the grounds for Harvey Norman Furniture Boxer.
We're about 15 minutes in the third quarter, and it's Maul 8-7-55, leaving Warrigal 5-2-32.
So the Tigers doing well over there in Gippsland Latrobe, as the Lions are trying to do well here, but at the moment they're falling down around about where they are right now as they enter forward 50. Can they find a winner? Guess what? Told you, they cannot. Over the boundary line, 40 metres out from goals. In fact, it's right on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary.
Poppy, you can stay here, mate. Marty just got to jump.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, that'll make her feel better.
Yeah. No, so our A-grade netballer's husband gave her a good jump.
Oh, well, that's good to hear.
Very close club. Yes, of course.
As Laverty in the back pocket will kick this one out, looking for the ruckman in Lipman. Big spoil over the back was from Long. Morrow tried the check side to keep it in the field of play. He did so. Went back and got his own football. Kick around the body there was from Long. So the top of the 50. Haven't seen much of Tommy Long today up forward. Underground handball from Jenkinson. And Long. I feel like the Moe are playing Long high, where maybe they need to keep their structure a little bit and have White high and Long deeper, perhaps.
Yeah, I tend to agree. But your structure goes backwards when you're not playing good.
Yeah.
Playing good footy.
So the ball now, left half forward flank, and Moe, they're trying their best to stay in the contest. And they will, courtesy of a free kick from the umpire. I'm not sure what that was for, to be honest. But Wood, the player that wears 0 for Moe today, goes looking for a player. He changes play, tries to spread his way through and can't. His teammate slipped at a crucial time, and now the ball, and it's taken beautifully, it was too, by our man Glenane, whose left foot kick falls in the arms of Brad Descent, and Descent goes inside forward 50. Can't quite find who he wanted in Simpson, and now Moe will take their turn again through Van Dyke. But look at this. It's turnover after turnover. Some of it pressure, some of it poor skills.
Dowse ran into nearly a brick wall. That was Nick. Coughed it up. Now trying to work on a gum. Dyer now works hard. Strong tackle on Stanlake. Ethan Dyer wrapped him up. The Sale supporters in the grandstand love it. And 23 minutes have gone. It's 29 points in favour of the Magpies. Don't forget, you finish on top of the Gippsland League ladder and you get rewarded with a home final in the second semi. All-important home final as well as Sale tried to get there. The kick from Jenkinson was picked up by Williams. He drives it inside forward 50. Desson in the front spot. It's 3-on-1 Lions way. Freeman with a strong tackle. That's holding the ball. It certainly is. And Darnell Grech didn't know which way to go. And the free kick holding the ball directly in front. Jared Freeman will go back from point blank range as Coach Fife comes off, gives his backman Thacker a tap and says, your turn. You got 5 minutes. Give me something. I'm going to watch Jared Freeman go back directly in front and put it through. 24 and a half minutes. And this could be a slight nail in the coffin as Freeman gets close to the man on the mark, but makes no mistake of that one. Over the net, over the fence it goes, and that's Sale's 7th of the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be a slight nail in the coffin. I think she's rammed shut there too. The pressure there by Sale, we spoke about that pressure. As soon as the ball hit the ground, Freeman was at him like a bull terrier and won a free kick. It was a well-deserved free kick. It wasn't 50-50. It was definitely there. Great goal to Sale, and they stream ahead.
And that's taken the margin out to 35 points on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 25-minute mark, third quarter. Sale 6-11-47, Moe 1-6-12.
So Lachlan Sim will find out a lot about who he's got in his starting 21 right now when the pressure's on and the odds are stacked against him. He want to see who will stand up and who will give it up. At the moment, most of the Moe boys just aren't standing up at all. And a quick kick forward through Leslie goes inside that dangerous corridor area before Morrow picks it up. And with a torpedo gaining 50 yards, he kicks. But it's marked brilliantly by Nick Dowse, who's been good. And he marks nicely. He comes grandstand side. It's a good option, is it? The kick was perfect. So, yes, it is a good option. And it's Will Leslie in front of the TRFM commentary position with Scud about to call the play.
He kicked down the line looking for Freeman. Couldn't get it on the mark, and it goes over just in front of the past players' hill here. They'll be enjoying what they see on a Saturday afternoon. Looking forward to a big Sale victory, no doubt. Those past players, 35 points you lead by at the moment. As the ball comes back into the field of play, Lippman with a fist goes over the back. Martin tries to run onto it. Williams was there as well. Morrow tried to help out these Lions defenders. Head over the football was Leslie. And again, we'll have a stoppage right on the top of the 50. Quarters, Paul, have gone 28
and 27.
And 27.
This one's got a few goals in it, so it's probably got about 3 minutes left.
Paul, are we taking Glenane's numbers as well?
10.
So Lippman with his kick from the top of the 50 and back. There's a stop play on to the umpire. No one went to him. Jared Freeman said, I don't care. I'll just snap it around the body anyway. And they get another. The Magpies have now got 4 in a row in this quarter.
Just that one-on-one contest inside. They're happy to put that ball at that hot spot just on top of that goal square there too. And Freeman, he's just picked it off again. Moe have no answers. The coaching staff are just holding their heads going, what do we do next?
And that margin now 41 points, 27-minute mark, third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard reading, Sale 7-11-53, Moe 1-6-12.
Got to say, I was pretty sparkled by what I saw from Moe in a 5-minute patch, but since that time, Sale have gone good night, goodbye, see you later, and played some great football, devastating football. Wood takes the ball. Can they go forward this time? Long. He's another player that's been out of form. Comes grandstand side to Van Dyke. Over the top, Stanlake fumbled what he should take. In fact, it's not the first time, and it won't be the last with the pressure that they're facing. And getting himself over the boundary line in the end there, with the ball, mind you, was Van Dyke, courtesy of some good pressure from Sale there. A number of players doing an excellent job.
If that was just a rare moment for Stanlake, I'd say, look, we will make mistakes, but he's done it all day. He's not the Lone Ranger, though. He's not the Lone Ranger. That's been happening right across the board. That's that perceived pressure from Sale.
Yeah, again, Lippman got the tap, but Van Dyke won the clearance. Now Lippman has to go again. Ball still in dispute. Head over the football was McLaren, and he goes again, the hard nut. So does Tommy Long go after him as well. And the young and the old from both sides. The last two off the bottom of the pack. Umpire Cullis comes in, 28 and a half minutes gone. And we'll ball it up in front of the grandstand.
Yes, go just quickly around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland in the AFL. Welcome back to Earth. Essendon 8-11-59. Port Power 16-11-107.
Junko. Well, Breganolo at half back have just kicked it out of bounds on the full. So we're going to Sale free kick 80 metres from goal. And just out of vision at the moment who's going to be receiving this free kick. The youngster goes over there, and it will be Jack Allman. He gives the handball back off to Freeman, and he drives it in. Top of Descent's head, the siren goes, no one can mark it. And that is a quarter dominated by the Magpies at three-quarter time. They kicked 4 goals to 1, and they've extended the margin from 21 points out to 41 points. It is Sale now 7-11-53. Moe a 1-goal 6-12 at three-quarter time. This is Gippsland Live, right across Gippsland and the Valley and across the world on TRFM. For Harvey Norman Electrical, fantastic deals, incredible range. You can rush in store today.
The freshest way to start the day. Gabby and Dan, the TR Morning Crew.
Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus are taking over. There's a whole generation of kids that will only know Billy Ray Cyrus from Old Town Road.
Well, with Blazer and Jacob Wood.
Will he jump over him? Can he jump over him?
Well, that will be the thing. You want to make sure you've got some ruck craft about you, because you've got a big 120-kilo lump just coming straight at you, and no doubt Lippman will go 100 mile an hour at this first ruck contest to open up the last quarter, and Lippman just jumps into him and taps it high, and White lands on his back. Blazer was there to win it, though. Quick kick goes high. Fife will lead this one. Going back nicely was Ainsworth with the flight of the ball. So they win the clearance. Ainsworth goes to a leading target in long. And one hand up. Wilson put one hand up now. Fleming has a quick shot on goal. It goes out of bounds on the full. Poppy, which one didn't want that?
In defence to Wilson, I think it's important that he was caught under the ball then, and he had 3 or 4 players breathing down his neck that were going to nearly just about kill him.
Yeah, I know. It's hard work. It's hard work. Well, I mean, you make those split decisions, don't you? And it's to my way of thinking, you forgive him because it's no use putting your body on the line when the game's not there to be won.
So Nick Dowse has it on the halfback flank now. Comes inboard to Reece Carter.
Had a steady game today too, Scud.
Yeah, well, he only get better with the run too. Of course, this is his second game. Carter then handballs out wide to Laverty. Game's record holder at Sale, and gets it out wide to Nick Dowse. He's on the half-back flank. They've gone a little bit slow now, the Magpies. Kick goes down the line, towards the boundary line it goes. Big pack goes up. Stanlake had 2 bites out of the umpire.
Oh, no!
He's kicked it straight down Geordie Dessent's throat. Gave it off the run of Glenane. Inside forward 50. Brad Dessent has the sit.
Oh, too easy.
And, well, he had 4 goes at it.
You have 2 bites of the cherry, 3 bites of the cherry, 4 bites of the cherry. Play on's the call.
Yep, Stanlake repels the forward thrust. This time hits the target. Jacob Wood. Marks on the wing. You're dead right there, Poppy. I don't know how much more you need to hold on to it. There's Van Dyke. This is Scott now. Kicks to half forward, but Thacker in the front spot takes the mark.
They've done a lot today.
Where I was sitting, he had 3 or 4 bites of the cherry. He had plenty of control of the ball there. Dessent was unlucky not to be paid.
Yeah. Fife it is. inboard, turnover. Scott Van Dyke's had a good game, I think, on the half-back line for Moe. Chips it over the top, nicely done.
He hasn't got many mates, though.
No, Fleming. He can go lateral, Fleming. He's not looking that way now, he does. He's got Biffin, but the kick just sits up in the air. Just got there. Biffin marks. He can get it towards Long, who now presents and marks. He swings around. Has he got anyone forward? Maslin will lead to the pocket. He'll go that direction. It goes just on his head. White will fly at the back and mark.
That's how you want him to hit the ball, don't you?
50 metres out. He's have to kick at 60.
He's capable.
Yep. He's
got
got
the wind blowing across the ground. What's he start at sort of point postish or bit to
He's
the
definitely
right?
a big chance. Not massive chance here.
Not that far, I don't reckon, Poppy. I think it's
midway.
Yeah, between the point and the left. The problem will be that it is going from left to right, so it's going to be a tough shot. He started at the point post. It's coming back, but just quite where you said the first time, Poppy.
Yeah, so he listened to me and it didn't pay off. He's not the first, don't feel bad.
It's a 40-point lead to Sale. We're 3 minutes into the last quarter. Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard. Moe won 7-13. Sale 7-11-53.
Well, Scud was the only man of us four who picked Sale, and he picked a margin of somewhere around about 5 goals from memory.
22 points.
22 points was it? Yep. So we'll need a comeback of some sorts from Moe, and I'm not sure that's going to happen, to be honest, from what we've seen in over 3 quarters of footy. The ball to be thrown back in. It's 30 metres out from Moe's goals at the moment. They've managed 1 goal in over 3 quarters of footy. White gets a quick tap down. Littman does the groundwork. 5. Threatens to handball, then stops and props and kicks inboard. He went searching for his teammate there in young Juck Allen, the son of Smiley, who couldn't get the ball. He kicks to the top of the square, does Moe at the moment. They fed it out to a voice that was a Sale voice, and now it's kicked off the ground. It tumbles 30, 40 metres before it's picked up by Dowse. His handball around the body. Nicely done to Orman again, who handballs. He does to McLaren. The kick's poor, and Blazer waits and then stops and then threads a beautiful leg through to his leading forward. And that was a nice leg too to his mate Tristan Gum, who kicked nearly 4 or 5 last time we saw him. And guess what? This is a chance for his first right now.
Yes, well, he'll get on a bit of a gallop, and he wastes no time from 49 metres, and the breeze takes it across to the right-hand side.
No, I give up.
Yeah,
I think I just give up. I've tried everything to get them going.
We'll go to you,
I've done my bit.
Moe won 8-14, trailing by 39 points. Sale 7-11-53. Carpet Country scoreboard.
You know, you speak about making sure the play, maybe doing the matchups. I think players need to go run into form here. They've got 2 massive weeks ahead of them, Moe, and they need to find a little bit of form at the back end of this game.
So Fife has it after the kick in. He's outside his 50, defensive that is. Gets called to play on, gets boot to ball. Weighted kick, goes to the wing area. White has it, handballs backwards to Stanlake. Sold one dummy, then couldn't quite get out of a tackle. Coughs the football up now. They work hard to get it back. Van Dyke. Great work by McLaren. He's been busy. Sweeps a handball inboard now to Allman. He gives it back to McLaren, who ran on. The young guns drive it a half forward. Brad Desson will go up. Can't mark it the first time. Slaps it inside forward 50. There's no one there. Stanlake goes to ground. Brad Desson gave it around to Martin. And Martin, casually as you like, left foot, won't make the distance. Darnell Greg marks.
Yeah, Stanlake's hurt 2 guys inside 50, and he's crawling, would you believe? So it looks like he's done his ankle or something pretty bad.
Well, he gets up hobbling as the kick out of that full back line lands in the hands of Jacob Wood. John Gooch mans the mark. 6 minutes in, 39-point margin. Sale lead it. Kick down the line. Lachlan Reese goes up and takes a strong mark on his half-back flank for his Moe side.
So comes keeps the ball grandstand side. Flying high was Gum. 1 hand up's not normally good enough, and it wasn't on that occasion. Back of the pack is Dowse. He's been busy, one of the better players. Plenty of it. Littman had 3 to beat. Guess what? He did it. Grabbed the ball, kicked 50 metres, threatens the forward 50. Front of the pack, though, a punch forward from Moe. Eases the pressure, albeit momentarily, because Morrow grabbed it, gave ground. It's given it up now. A quick kick off the ground will fall in the arms of Martin, who's been good. Gives it off to Dowse. We mentioned him a moment ago. The kick would need to be good, and it's not. It's out of play in the full.
It is, and you just want that one. He had the run. You just want that kick to the hot spot. give your key targets a chance.
You get a rush of blood, don't you, when you see the goals?
You've still got to play your team football. Something will come in handy come finals time. Scott Van Dyke's been busy across the back line. His kick, though, poor, turned over. And Declan Barnett plays on. Right foot kick. Over the back. Allman put one hand up. Morrow was there. Gave a handball to Jaden Van Dyke. Now to Stanlake. He's recovered from that injury. Kicks towards Tommy Long. Found him in front of the coach's box of Moe. Long chips it over the top. He's got Maslin, who can mark. Didn't go. Carter will stand the mark. Maslin keeps it towards the boundary line. Presenting is Gum. A big spoil from Chris Laverty. Will have a boundary throw in. 7.5 minutes gone. 39-point margin. You got some around the ground scores for us, Boxer?
Yes, I do, Dale. 3/4 time in the Gippsland League. Traralgon 6-13-49. Lead Bairnsdale 3-9-27.
Season alive for the Maroons.
9-7-61. The Tigers leading Warragul 6-3-39.
Season's alive for the Tigers.
And Leongatha easy leaders 13-14-92 to Druin 3-1-19.
Druin are hanging on.
And so Moe, well, in the 5 they are, but they're gone today, you'd think. A quick kick forward. I thought a mark, no, maybe not quite long enough. This could be the chance for another goal. A quick kick from the pack. It came from the boot of our mate Lachlan Rees. Offline, another behind. Can you believe this? Oh my God, Paul Carter.
Moe 1-9-15 up against Sale 7-11-53. Carpet Country scoreboard. 8.5 minutes played, final term.
How can you have Long, White? How can you have Gum? How can you have Farrell? How can you kick just one goal?
Yep. You're spot on. Questions will be asked. Scott Van Dyke, probably the best performer for the Lions, along with Blazer. For Gippsland Ozuzu, puts it at the top of the square. It's 2-on-1 again. Fife thumps it. Lands in the hands of Ainsworth. Tried to get it to Gum. Couldn't do so. McLaren ran into his own player. Ainsworth went and got it. Got tackled. Lost the football. The pressure from Sale has been immense this afternoon. And that's been the pattern of the day. And they have been simply better for longer.
Send Darnell Greg forward for a minute. You know, he'll give you a contest. He'll do everything he can. You can cover him down back.
I like what you guys suggested at 3/4 time. Get some sort of learnings out of the game. Maybe you might just use them in a couple of weeks' time in the finals. And at the moment, or you just go through the motions, leave players where they are, and still have those question marks hanging over their heads come final time.
It puts pressure on a lot of players here now. Moe reserves, they've got good depth at the club as well. There'll be some players that have got question marks over their heads now going, wow, we're 3 weeks away from finals, 4 weeks away from finals. I better find some form.
And they have a very, very tough run home. They do play Maffra and Leongatha with games to come. They didn't quite get there to the task today as Gum comes out and takes another strong mark. And on a 45-degree angle, we'll have a shot on goal. So they are in danger, boys, of dropping out of the top 3. Leongatha will come at them very hard, and they play each other. Is it the last round? I think it's the last round. As Gum comes in, ball on its way, and again, another minor score. Carpet Country scoreboard.
It's a 37-point margin as Moe have kicked their 4th behind for the quarter to take them to 1-10-16, trailing Sale 7-11-53.
I'm sure that Paul will be able to tell us later on was the last time a side or even Moe kicked 1 goal for the whole day.
Well, they play Leongatha the second last round and they come home against Warragul. But you'd think over the next 2 weeks when they play Maffra and Leongatha, they've got to win one of those to hang on to top 3 spot.
So they go forward again, this time through Blazer, kicks to within 30. White in front of the pack, got hands to it, couldn't bring it down. Who was down? I reckon it was Simpson, who took the ball and gave it off and then runs for a take 2. They've got the numbers and they've got it through Dyer, who kicks along the line. A one-on-one contest. Overrunning it, unfortunately, was Descent, and picking it up nicely now is White.
Tackle.
He's taken ball and all. He's been taken a few times today. Behind play, there's a Moe player down. I'll stick with the ball. Keep an eye on that player. White standing start. Kicks to within 40. Wood got in the way of Gum, and he's getting a second chance. Does Gum, feeds it off. The pressure's enormous by Sale. Wood gets rid of one, and then handballs more in hope. Around the body they go. This could be a goal at long
there it is.
last. Their second goal
First gamer.
through Rock. His first game in a first goal. And it's a game that he'll remember for all the wrong reasons, but they do hit the scoreboard for the second time.
taking to 2:10.22. 12-minute mark of the final quarter. They are still a 31-point margin, with Sale sitting on 7:11.53.
Great work for young Lachlan Rock. First goal in senior football. A chain of handballs got him into the open spot, and he finished as a good forward does. So great work. They've managed 2 goals now for the game. As Lippman again goes up, tapped it down. Blazer works hard, so does Fleming in the middle. Drives away from it, left foot, hot spot it goes. White goes up and marks. And all of a sudden, they've got a spark in their step and a spring in their leap. Spencer White will go back directly in front to put it through.
Sounds better coming out of Poppy, those sort of comments, Darryl.
And all of a sudden, they've got a spark in their step and a leap in their leg.
On fire today, Poppy.
Thank you,
On
Boxer.
fire.
Spencer White directly in front. He has won this afternoon. His left foot kick, he's put it on its way, he's missed it. Another minor score. Carpet Country scoreboard this afternoon.
Murray 2:11.23, Sale 7:11.53.
So Sale will bring this ball back into play, and they've managed to do it reasonably comfortably for most of the day. They've worked hard to get their rewards. So go towards the left half-back flank. An attempted kick off the ground didn't quite work. The ball will be held in, and the umpire, Scud, will ball this up.
Yep, far side of the Sale main oval. They've been very relentless with their pressure this afternoon, the Magpies. We'll talk to one of their key players in our post-game show. And a free kick will go Moe's way here from this stoppage. And Jacob Wood just got one over the shoulder. Surprise, surprise.
We've got a tight one in the AFL, Scud, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. The Giants, 10-10-70. They trail Sydney Swans, 11-7-73, and we've played about 7 minutes into the last quarter.
Come on, the Swans. Kick goes inside forward, 54. The Lions here. Hard up along the boundary line, keeping it in is Simpson. Kicks it towards Lippman. Geez, good below his knees for a big fella. Oh, Desson got taken out by Jacob Wood, is it? Surprised to see him at the bottom of the pack.
Yes.
He's our tunnel rat king. Thought you were going to give us something a little bit more than Boxer.
No, I'll lift it up to you, Scud.
Thanks very much.
That's okay.
Allison's left foot kick around his body from the stoppage. Couldn't quite mark it there with Freeman. He was able to get the handball out, looking for a runner. Just fell behind him.
What I can give you is the final scores are in the other AFL game played earlier today. The Bombers, or the Pretenders, got knocked about by the Port Adelaide, 67-126. So a big win there to Port Adelaide.
Well, Blazer won the stoppage, kicked it straight down Spencer White's throat. He's got one on. It's Tommy Long. He doesn't know where to go. White, so he decides to kick lateral to Jaden Van Dyke. And now his man on the mark is right on 50. He was too far out to score. He chips it over the top. Tommy Long presented. Front and square is Van Dyke. Gave it across to Maslin, and he slams it home. Puts it through. And for the first time in this game, they've got 2 goals in a row.
And 2 things happened there. I think Spencer White maybe could have actually gone back from where he was instead of being a little bit indecisive of where to go. He was probably within range. But Tommy Long, first time we've seen him really hit up from inside 50, got hurt for his troubles as well. But the Lions get another goal for this last quarter.
Margin now 24 points, 15-minute mark final quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard reading Moe 3:11.29, Sale 7:11.53.
So the ball back in the centre. It is Lippman up against Morrow. Lippman gets another tap, and he does it nicely too. Off they go. Wood. They've kicked 2 in a row. Can they make it 3? They'll try. Centre half forward. A good contest at the ball. It falls to ground, as do 4 or 5 players. And there's a few sick and sorry and very tired bodies around that ball at the minute.
Tunnel rule there with the player coming underneath the legs. That could have been paid?
No, I reckon he jumped up in the air and the pack was already rolling.
Morrow took it out of the pack. Quick kick forward, a tap over the front. No. Play on's the call. Who's that player there, front of the pack? I reckon it could be Long. Yet Long overruns it. Keeps the ball in his area. They've managed to do that once, twice, maybe 3 times for the day. And they'll be wanting to convert from this. At the end of the day, you'll see that there's only 4 goals the difference, but the margin's been far greater than that in general play. As they go forward, guess what? Quick kick. They've kicked 3 in a row. They're 3 goals behind with 15 minutes to go.
Well,
no, there's no way.
There's no way. There is no way. That was again, it was Lachlan Rees that's kicked the goal there for Moe. So is it a little too late? Not too sure. 15-minute mark.
Well, they have
quarter.
kicked 3 goals in how many minutes?
In
3, 4. 5.
In 5 minutes, and there's 12 minutes to play, and they need 3 more. Just saying.
Well, just the old Lee Matthews rule, wasn't it a goal a minute? I think was one of his.
They couldn't
traits as
possibly.
well.
In fact, last time we said they might, Paul Carter, Sale responded beautifully. Let's see if they can respond right now.
Well, it's now the margin down to 18 points at the 17-minute mark of the final quarter. The Carpet Country scoreboard, Moe 4-11-35, Sale 7-11-53. Only seen it happen once before, and it happened to Sale in a prelim final where Wonthaggi kicked 7-5 to nothing in the last quarter.
Wow. Well, if it happens, look out.
And Moe have had the last 10 inside 50s, by the way.
Well, here we go. The all-important centre clearance for Monticello's. 20% off any 6 or more bottles of wine every day. See in store for details at Monticello's. This is a big moment of the game right here, right now, as Lippman and Morrow will do battle. Moe are making a run at this one. No one really wins it. I'll give it to Morrow. Jacob Wood won it though. Gave it to Jenkinson. His quick kick goes to centre half forward. Running back, it bounces over the top of the head of Barnett. Spencer White comes in to help. They go to ground. Barnett was there. Now Fleming got boot the ball. It goes inside forward 50. Here's Gum. Took on one. Gets around. Straightens up. Has a shot on goal. Tristan Gum has got this game up and about once again. 18-minute mark. They've kicked 4 in a row.
Where did this come from, Boxer?
Can you put a hammer in a coffin? I think those nails are coming out. Oh my God! We've got 2 games going off Austin as well, out of control.
Just do your best,
Warrigal have kicked the last. Warrigal have kicked the last 3 goals there as well. Down the road, 10-9-69 to Warrigal 9-3-57.
So Warrigal are 10-9 and 9-7.
Yeah, whatever.
12-point margin, 18-minute mark, 5-11-41 Moe, 7-11-53 Sale.
Here they go again. Goes to ground. We're going to stoppage, Poppy.
Well, we have with 10 minutes to play. You would think. How many goals in this quarter at the moment? They've been all Moe's, and there's been 4 of them. So a little bit of time on, probably at least a couple of minutes. Ball bounced down. Clearance absolutely crucial. The body's on the line. Fighting hard. His blades are fighting just as hard as 2 or 3 Sale players to make sure that the umpire comes in to break up the pack and ball it up. Just metres forward of the centre. Sale into attack. A quick kick forward over the shoulder. Doesn't really gain that much yardage. A quick punch lands in the arms of a Moe player who kicks to within 10 metres. This is a crucial moment right here. Coming in hard from both sides. A credit to all players around that ball. They're putting their bodies on the line right now because this game is on the line right now after Sale have dominated for 99% of the day.
12 points of margin. Jacob Wood on the bottom of the pack. Squeeze it out the back. Williams, quick kick. Picked up by Biffin though. He drives it back to half forward. White, and it was Carter over the back. Ainsworth just left it behind. Wins it again. Back to White. He handballs backwards to Jenkinson. High kick. Inside forward 50. Shane Fife drops the mark. Spills out the back. Wilson squeezes a handball out. Running onto it is Fleming. High, up in the air. Can a Moe mark? Ainsworth. Which way will it go? Play on, said the umpire. No mark.
Good call.
I thought it could have been Sale.
Barnett was the marker for Sale. Ainsworth was trying to mark it for Moe. Good call in the end.
Oh dear, I just about would have played it to Sale.
20 minutes gone, 12-point margin, inside forward 50. Ball bounces, Reese took the mark. Here's Jacob Wood, wins it, gave it to Wilson, kicks to a hot spot, gets through the back. Ainsworth has it, spins around, handballs to Blazer, and Blazer has hit. He has hit the post. If you don't mind. That could have been a big moment for Monticello.
Could be a crucial point.
It could be. That post brings the margin back to 11 points. We're at the 21-minute mark. It's 5-12-42, 7-11-53.
So Sale bring the ball back into play, and they do it through Laverty. Goes towards the outer side, but Stanlake, who's been busy today, kicks inside forward 50. White gets front position, takes the mark. He's 50 metres out. He needs to hurry it up and make a decision. He plays on quickly, kicks to the corridor. Can they find the winner? Yes, they can, and that winner is Rees.
Yep, he's gone from back to forward. There's your move.
And so Rees marks 20 metres out directly in front. The time clock, 21 3/4 minutes. They trail by 11 points to the visitors. They were down by a margin. They were down by over 5 goals. And now, from 41 points, in fact, they can get themselves to within 5 points or one straight kick.
Well,
so Reese, directly in front, 20 metres out. There's no excuses. Off the boot, it looks neat. Off the boot, it's true. Moe, you're up and about.
Oh, I cannot believe it. The last time this happened was, they're going off down there, Tarralgon game. Remember that game, boys, when Blazer went forward as well?
Well, unbelievable finish. They've kicked 5 goals in the last quarter. They've managed 1 for 3 quarters. Now they kick 5 in the last.
And the margin is, as Poppy said, 5 points, 22-minute mark last quarter. Carpet Country scoreboard, Moe 6-12-48, Sale 7-11-53.
Here we go for Monticello's big moments. The ruck. And Lippman hit it straight down to Geordie Desson. He kicks it inside forward 50. Stanlake takes the defensive mark. Stanlake, they take all the risk. Come through the middle. Jacob Wood has it centre half back of this Sale Oval. He chips it over the top at the toes of Morrow. He wins it. Handball's out to Blazers. Blazers kick goes to centre half forward. Contest. And Declan Barnett takes the mark. There is about 4.5 minutes to go. We've just had that confirmed by the timekeepers. As Barnett kicks down the line. No free kick. Fife is there. Can he run onto this one? Prestige as well. Fife kicks it off the ground. Does it stay in the field of the play? Oh, tapped in. Oh, unbelievable teamwork. Brad Dessert has been running along the boundary line, hard up against the point post, tapped it in, and then it was kicked off the ground for a goal. It was
Mitch Dowse.
It was at Mitch Dowse. What an unbelievable team effort from Brad Dessert.
Incredible. Just in the that was out of nothing. There was nothing virtually there. He was hugging the boundary line, tapped it in, and in the right spot, at the right time was Dowse.
Carpet Country scoreboard sees that margin back now to 11 points. 8-11-59 Sales score to Moe 6-12-48.
So just over 3 minutes to go. The margin back out, as you heard, by 11 points. Moe have been on the roll, but at the moment Lippman was hoping to get 2 in a row. Goes over towards Fife. Fife thumps it forward. Wool at the base of the pack, left leg. Kicks, looking for one. Over the back, nicely taken by Dyer, who read the ball beautifully with loads of pressure around him. It is Thacker, in fact, with the ball, who kicks along the line, does it nicely. Now Stanley gets himself to the front of the pack. They're fighting hard players from both sides. And I tell you what, I was sort of half hoping that Moe wouldn't make it over the line. Why? Because I don't reckon there's a Moe player in the best 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And they could have actually stole the game.
No, you're right. And what it does, this last quarter has now set something up for a finals in a couple of weeks' time. This is what we expected this game to be like. And there'll be a free kick to Sale as it goes against Fleming, and we'll go to McLaren. There would be about 3 minutes to go. McLaren kicks it inside forward 50. Brad Dessner the target. Van Dyke couldn't mark it. Down at ground level, squeezed out by Martin. Jack Linane will kick around the body. And Jack Linane gets it through. The sealer, it's all done. They've steadied the Magpies, and they've kicked the last 2 goals in junk time.
I reckon Linane is a very underrated footballer. I know his touches probably aren't huge like some of the better players or the more better players in the side, but geez, when he gets the ball, he knows how to use it. And inside 50 then, great goal. Great sealer there for Sale.
9-11-65 is the Sale score on the Carpet Country scoreboard. They lead by 17 points over Moe, 6-12-48.
Well, we had 8 goals kicked in 3 quarters. We've had 7 kicked in this final quarter. To really lighten up, Moe threw everything at them in the last quarter. I don't think they believed they could get over the line. They got as close as 5 points. And Sale have just steadied in the last couple of minutes. Poppy?
Yeah, they have indeed. They've done it well, and it's happened a few times today. Although they've had Moe at arm's length, there have been a couple of patches where Moe have threatened. None more so in this last quarter. And good sides, they balance up and they respond, and that's what they're doing right now. This time they do it through Kane Martin, whose left leg goes inboard 55. He pops and stops and he pirouettes around, but he finds a teammate with a handball who kicks to within 20 metres. That kick from Williams lands in the arms, and a kick to make it 3 in a row is from Allison, and Allison gets his first of the afternoon, and that nail that was keeping the zombie in the coffin has been well and truly shut. Well done to Sale.
10-11-71, now leading by 23 points on the Carpet Country scoreboard. Moe 6-12-48.
Right, we're going to round the grounds check for you, and we have a final score out of the Morwell game for Harvey Norman Furniture.
Yep, and the Tigers have finally won the last quarter. It's 12-8-81. They defeated Warrigal 10-6-66.
Thanks very much for that, Boxer. Again, they go forward, 23 points. Wouldn't mind a Moe couple of points to finish this off. As they go inside forward 50 Sale. Scott Van Dyke's been Moe's best player for easily as Brad Descent wins it. Lipman just sort of leaves it and then waits it, then put one hand on it like a NFL centreman who's about to snap the football. Couldn't really pick it up. Quick kick by Morrow goes out. Centre half back. Freeman unloads, puts it to the top of the square. Darnell Grech marks. And he plays on straight away, knowing he hasn't got much time to go. There'd be less than a couple of minutes now. Gave a handball off to Wood, who kicks it towards the rock direction. Half-back flank now for Sale, where Reece Carter wins it, then just threw it out, and the free kick will be paid to Moe on the half-forward line.
So right half-forward line, the ball from will go Moe's way. It'll go the way of Rock, who in his first game has kicked one goal, but now he needs to find a teammate inside forward 50. Goes the direction of White. Got himself under the ball. A mark out the back. Yes, it has been paid, and it's been paid to Tristan Gum, who himself's only got one today, but this kick can draw them back to within 17 points. Too much, but nevertheless...
118.
Yeah, it is indeed, no. Offline again. Probably pretty much sums up their day. Tristan Gum offline.
6-13-49 Moe to Sale 10-11-71 the Carpet Country scoreboard.
Well, we just heard 1 minute 18 left on the clock as the margin 22, and pretty sure I had 22. I was just checking. Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry, I just...
Reece Carter's just come up. Looked like he was cramping a bit there too. So that second game blues has just kicked in, but he's played a pretty good game today, I thought, for his second up.
So Laverty kick short to Martin. Martin's stats today. Paul Carter, he's had a big afternoon.
Another 7 this quarter to 28.
Yeah, his kick nicely done. And he found a teammate on the half-back line out there. It looks to be Jordan Descent in that zero jumper. Chips it out wide. And Luke Williams, who has been back from Gippsland power duties, had a good game this afternoon as well. Williams will chip it over the top to Jack Linane. And it's actually doused on that far side. He'll just slow things up. He had his brother Nick inside, but Mitch decides to kick backwards to Williams, who will slow things up again.
Only at 15 seconds away, I reckon. So they're just going to run that clock down, aren't they?
Well, this will be great. This will be perfect. As the kick now, though, turned over as Blazer took the mark. He's had a big day as well. His kick number, or possession number, as he kicks it
27
in towards Van Dyke, and he goes to Spencer White.
Kick the goal, Spencer.
And this could ruin everything. Out on the siren. Well, the margin's 22 points. I've tipped 22 points, and Spencer White's going to ruin me day.
No, he won't. There's no guarantee.
No.
They've been kicking for goal today. They're 6-13.
True. Sale have won it in the all-important clash. Spencer White's going to kick after the siren, leans back on it, and, well, he does make the distance. It's a minor score. So the final score reads Moe 6 goals 14-50 have lost to the Magpies 10-11-71. A 21-point margin in the end to the Magpies, and well, Dylan Farrell, you just pointed out there, boxer.
Yeah, looks like he's done a quad or he's got a corky there, one of the two, and he's limping pretty gingerly there.
Has some ice on that quad. Moe look and have a bit of a chat with the coaching staff, and well, we didn't expect it. 8-goal final quarter from both sides, and we only had 8 goals for 3 quarters.
And Moe had 23 inside 50s for 3 quarters and had another 18, almost the same in the last quarter as they had for 3 quarters.
Well, there you go, a big win in the end to Sale. It gives them a chance to potentially finish on top of the ladder. And we know that is all important this season in the TRFM Gippsland League. You finish on top, you'll get a home final in the second semi, and no doubt that Sale and Mafra still want that one to pan out in a couple of weeks' time. It was Sale 10-11-71 defeating Moe 6-14-50. And stick with us, we've got all the wrap-up from this game here at Sale's main oval. You've been listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. For Harvey Norman Electrical, fantastic deals, incredible range. You can rush in store this weekend.
When your drink has turned into a slushie, it's time to chase the sun. When shrinkage is a very real possibility, chase the sun. When you microwave your socks for warmth, you need to chase the sun. TRFM is giving you the chance to win 5 nights in one of 2 remaining amazing saltwater properties within Australia for you and a friend. Lap up the sun at Dolphin Quay in Mantra or the Darwin waterfront. Check out the full list of locations to enter online at trfm.com.au. Chase the sun. Escape the cold with McDonald's, Gippsland Restaurants and TRFM.
It's back. The epic audio sale at Harvey Norman. Epic deals across the big brands in audio. Soundbars from $188. Bose headphones from just $85. Epic saves. 30% off Yamaha receivers. 20% off selected JBL headphones. 30% off selected Sony headphones. Epic price. Beats Solo 3 only $248 each. Deal so awesome they're epic. Samsung, Bose, Denon, Yamaha, JBL, Sony, Beats. Many more in store and online. Savings off normal ticketed prices. Harvey Norman epic audio sale on now.
Escape the cold and shrug off the chill.